everybody? Welcome to the Dusty Smith Show, episode 44. Gonna be kind of a sad show tonight, but we have a week's worth of stuff to cover, so it'll be pretty good, I guess. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. If the audio's okay, let me know. It says the audio stream's bit rate is 0, which is not. I don't know what the fuck it's talking about. So, can you guys hear me okay? Hopefully you can. I missed last Friday's show, unfortunately, because Mr. Floof passed away. We're gonna talk about that. I'm gonna try not to cry too much during the show. No audio? You're trolling me, I guess. Why you gotta troll me like that? I'm already in a fucking real bad state. Audio's a little low. It'll probably be fine. You guys can hear me. I'll just speak up. As always, well, not as always. Right now, audio is low. What the fuck's the audio low for? Guess I could turn it up here. How's that? Better? Testing. 1, 2, 3. How does this sound? Usually I don't like to turn it up so much because it doesn't usually sound good, but I guess there's just problems with my shit. I don't know what the fuck's going on, but alright, cool. I'll turn it up a little bit. Alright. Hey, kitty cat. I know you're trying to get my attention, but Daddy's got to do a show right now. Alright, let's turn out the wobble wobble. Get started with the show. Like I said, I'm not usually... Hey, baby. How you doing? Miss Misty wants my attention. Still plenty of animals around here to give my love to, which is the good thing. Hey, sweetie. You know if you can hear a purring. Can you hear that? That's a happy kitty right there. That's a happy kitty. Too loud. They were trolling you. All right, let me turn it down a little bit. Just a little bit. I don't want it to clip out or anything. It's just too high on my face. You're putting the microphone too high on my face, baby. I know. It's not necessarily. So, not going to be as high energy tonight. I am still a lot down. I'm real fucking devastated, to be honest with you. Like, holy shit, dudes. So I guess we'll go. Hey, baby. I know you're trying to make me feel better. I appreciate it. Yeah, you a good kitty, huh? You a good kitty trying to cheer Daddy up? Like, Daddy, I don't even know what's wrong with you. I just want the pets. I just want all the pets, huh? Yeah. So I guess I'll start with the e-begging first. If you guys want to help out the show. Shit, Marty started crying. Fuck. I thought I was going to be better. I thought I was already fucking cried out at all this shit. Alright. Patron, whatever. You know, if you want to support the show, do it. And I want to apologize because there's like there were several other super chats and they disappeared after I rebooted. I know Ann Aspet, she's been having health problems. Send me some. I hope you're feeling better, Ann. I've been thinking about you. And somebody sent me a very generous 30 pound super chat, and I appreciate that. I'm sorry they disappeared. So anyway, Mr. Floof died. So this is video when I brought Mr. Floof home. Of course, he was a great deal bigger when he died. So I talked about it in this last show. He had a fight with the other dogs outside. And so I was going to find a good home for him, but instead I was like, I love this dog. Like, I'm not supposed to have favorites. You're not supposed to have favorites when it comes to your kids, right? My dog's like my kids, right? But Mr. Floof's my fucking favorite, yo. And so I was like, no, I'm just going to bring him into my room. The dogs have their own section of the house. I'm not going to leave him in there anymore. I'm just going to, like, bring him in with the cats. I'm going to keep him here. But first we took him to the vet just to have him checked out. And he wasn't bleeding or anything. Like, he had, like, a nick on his paw, but it wasn't bleeding. And had a little nick on his ear, but it wasn't bleeding or anything. And he seemed fine. He seemed depressed, but he seemed fine. So, we didn't have, like, any x-rays or anything because they just kind of basically checked him out. It was fine. We brought him home, and I kept him in my room to try to keep an eye on him to make sure he was okay. And he was sleeping a lot. He seemed depressed. I thought he was just depressed, because, you know, his pack attacked him. And I thought he was just sleeping a lot because he was trying to recuperate, right? And he was fine for like days. And then one day I slept, like laid in, and I went over and looked at him, and he had peed himself. And I went to clean him up, and I could tell he was dying. And so we tried to take him to the vet again, and he died on the way to the fucking vet. Like, I feel so fucking guilty. I had, like, literally had no idea. Like, I would have moved fucking heaven and earth if I'd have known. I just wish I could take it back, you know? I wish I could go back in time. But that's the thing about death. You can't take that shit back. It's fucking forever. And I had to bury my little boy. So I've been real fucked up about it, man. This is gonna hurt for a long time. And I'm sorry, like, people try to make me feel better, tell me it's not my fault. But I know it's not completely my fault, but it is my fault. It was my responsibility. And I failed him. And I know, like, I appreciate people trying to make me feel better, but it doesn't make me feel better because the truth is I am to blame, at least partially. So I've had a tough week. And I'm not going to cry the whole show. I'm going to get it out of my system and move on with the show. But I'm sorry, Mr. Floof. I'm sorry, little buddy. All right, let me read the super chats, I guess. Todd went, more money for the white-haired Mississippi media mogul. Love you, Dusty. I appreciate it. Thank you, Todd. Once again, I'm sorry for all the other people that sent me super chats that disappeared. And I've been thinking about you. I hope you're feeling better. Spanky Weasel, my wife and I send our condolences. Dusty, Mr. Floof would want you to just keep up on the fuzzies. Thank you for all you do. Yeah, you know, there's still plenty of them to love. And I'm going to focus on that and try to learn from this. Like, I've literally been raising dogs since I was a kid. I've never had anything like this happen. Like, if I would have ever had any fucking inkling that he was dying, I would have never let that fucking happen, man. I just didn't know. It was so sudden. Loving Mr. Floof, hugs from Detroit. Thank you, Ruby Pickles. Good to see you tonight. Mel Jock, we've all been through a hell of a time. Don't feel bad for crying for a good friend. I appreciate it. Russian Jackal, do you think Christian content makers will ever be able to make good movies? Old school mythology is done to death, and new shows, films are cringy. Nah, they're too heavy-handed and hammy. They just don't have the ability to write decent scripts, in my opinion. Love you, Dusty. Never lose your big heart. Someday I swear I'm going to come to Mississippi to hug you. Hope that's not weird. No, it's fine. I can use a hug right now, especially. Like, I'm just in shock, man. Had a really fucking hard week. And Abe for me at $50. Thank you, Abe. That's very generous of you. I appreciate that so much. We had a drop on the patrons. We've gone under 1,500, which is fine, you know, whatever. But Kitty Woody, $5. I'll show you. Appreciate it, Kitty Woody. Thank you for that. All right, I'll read the regular chart real quick. And we got a big show. Like, I have a week's worth of stuff to cover. Dusty, I made it. You got him handsome, bitch. Appreciate it. I added a little, I don't know if you guys can even tell, I added a little pepper to my salt. It may not even be noticeable. I'm just trying to switch it up a little bit. And I cried my makeup off. So sorry, Dusty. Man, you'd think that eventually I'd run out of tears. Eventually the ducks would dry up or some shit, but they just, I guess, continuously replenish themselves. Here for you, Dusty. Appreciate it, Veggie. We're all here for you. Couldn't see inside Floof. Yeah, but I should have done better. Absolutely, I should have done better, man. They're my responsibility. All right. Appreciate all the well wishes, guys. RB Empathy, you're a beautiful soul, and things happen, my friend. Same thing happened to me once. An undetected blood infection. You gave the pup a beautiful life. I hope you can celebrate your life together, yeah. I appreciate that. All right, I need to get over it. Not get over it, but I need to stop crying so I can do the fucking show. Because we got to, like I said, we got a good show for you guys planned. Got a bunch of stuff. I'm probably not gonna be singing the songs tonight. So sorry about that. And somebody made me some pictures for my segments, but I haven't loaded them up yet. So I'm just gonna do the old shit for right now. Sorry. So I'm going to start with some Chud Watch. Oh, Chud Watch. You guys ready for this? Got a bunch of Chud Watch for you guys tonight. Got a week's worth of Chud Watch. Going to start with Jordan Peterson. Did you guys hear about the Jordan Peterson thing? So apparently there is a guy that's doing comic books now. What is his name? Ta-Nehisi Coates. So apparently he is writing Marvel comic books now. And Jordan Peterson noticed that apparently in the new Marvel comic books, they have modeled Red Skull after Jordan Peterson. You know, Nazi fascist supervillain Red Skull. And at first I thought Jordan Peterson was like just projecting. You know, when you start seeing yourself in fascist characters, maybe that's you and you should do some self-reflection. But it's pretty obvious, yes, that this character is being based on Jordan Peterson. If you read the comic, it's the same for all of them. Young men, weak, looking for purpose. I found the flag. You found the badge. They found the skull. He tells them what they want to always. He tells them what they've always longed to hear. That they are secretly great. That the whole world is against them. That if they're truly men, they'll fight back. And bingo, that's their purpose. That's what they live for. And that's what they'll die for. And I was like, okay, well, maybe that's Jordan Peterson, but I don't know. But then you go and look, and yeah, Red Skull literally wrote a book called 10 Rules for Life and Chaos for Order and The Feminist Trap. So yeah, definitely Jordan Peterson is the inspiration for the new Red Skull, which, you know, you think... you might do some self-reflection. No doubt about it that Jordan Peterson has tons of fascists following him. Because, you know, he's a Trump supporter. He said he's going to vote for Trump. I don't know any left-wing people that follow Jordan Peterson. And he's got an entire right-wing fascist fan base. And, you know, you think you might, like, look inward and say, hey, I don't want that. I want to examine why that is. Like, I guarantee you, I don't have a fucking single white supremacist or fascist that likes me. Not a single fucking one. Because I make them hate me on purpose. I do whatever I can to make these motherfuckers hate me. But they love him. So first, he tried to downplay it, right? He started putting out these memes to make it look like they were calling him a fascist. Because of stuff like this. If you counter a cat on the street, pet it. Yeah, just try to downplay it. See how silly they're being? This is my message. Just pet cats. You guys really think that that's a horrible fascist diatribes? No. The other shit that you actually say is stuff like men can't control crazy women. That's stuff that you'd more likely to see come out of the mouth of a supervillain. Why should you wear makeup in the workplace? Isn't that sexually provocative? Yeah, that's the kind of shit you were saying that could be more ascribed to a supervillain fascist. And of course, people were making memes about it. Here's a few from the serfs. Intelligence and seeming quality. Listen up, girls. Actual quote from Jordan Peterson. Something you might hear a supervillain saying. I suspect the medicine kills more people than it saves, he said of our medical community. True story, he said this. Not Red Skull. Jordan Peterson said that. Women, if you usurp men, they will rebel and fail, and you will have to jail or enslave them. So then you totally might hear Red Skull say, but was said by Jordan Peterson. So, yeah, like the sheriff says here, if people are pointing out all the crazy-ass, ridiculous shit you say that might be ascribed to a fascist supervillain, maybe you want to self-reflect and be better. Or, if you're Jordan Peterson, you just lean into the grift. ABG, always be grifting. They immediately made t-shirts and posters with this mock Nazi, because that's what Red Skull is. He's a fucking Nazi. They just took his insignias and they made them into lobsters so they can make money, because Jordan Peterson told you, right off the bat what he's all about. I have found a way to monetize social justice warriors, which now they call them woke. It's the same exact thing. It's no longer popular to call them social justice warriors because people like me mocked the fuck out of the anti-SJW community where they're too embarrassed to associate themselves with it. So they just changed. They rebranded. And they call everybody woke and woke tards and woke skulls. But it's exactly the same thing, and that's what Jordan Peterson's doing. So, yep, the grift is real, yo. The grift is real. Buy his merchandise. Hell Lobster. Clean your room. Tell the truth. Like, that's why people think you're a fascist. No, dude. It's because you go around telling people things like metaphorical truth, like the stories in the Bible, are even more true than our physical reality we live in. Shit like that. Like when you go tell people that if you make fun of a trans person's clothing in Canada, you can literally be arrested for a hate crime. Lies. Shit like that. That's why people think you're a fascist, dude. So you can downplay it all you want to, but you're a grifter. And it's pretty obvious. And all right, gonna move on to the Matt Gaetz stuff. Gonna roll through the Matt Gaetz stuff real quick. You guys probably heard all about this. So first off, Matt Gaetz promised, I have never paid to have sex with any woman. So this is what they call plausible deniability. He might not have firsthand paid the women, but he paid his sex trafficking friend here, who's under indictment for all kinds of sex trafficking and other crimes. He sent him money on Venmo, $900, and his friend then sent this money to the prostitutes that Matt Gaetz had sex with. So yeah, you may not have directly paid the prostitutes, but you paid the sex trafficker to pay the prostitutes for you. And apparently Matt Gaetz is not very smart. Well, I hear the ambulance and shit out there. So I guess his Venmo transactions were public for a little while, and you could see he was sending the money to this guy with notes like, for tuition. Yeah, we're paying these girls tuition. Now, look, I don't give a shit if Matt Gaetz sleeps with prostitutes. Sex work is real work as far as I'm concerned. I care if he lies about it. I care if he plays up this, oh, I'm a family man, traditional values to scam the evangelicals, while he himself is really, you know, just the same kind of, I don't want to say, he's a scumbag, but, you know, the same kind of sinner that they all pretend they hate. But he's exactly like the rest of them, just like a real-life quagmire. Giggity, giggity, goo. And dogs are barking in there at the ambulance going by. Don't know if you can hear that. And unsurprisingly, Matt Gaetz was one of the only people when he was in Florida, the legislature, to vote against revenge porn laws. If you know what revenge porn is, that's like if you get nude pictures from a girl, you cannot send them out and share them to other people in order to be malicious and get revenge on people that have wronged you. But apparently, according to everybody that worked with him, he thought that if you got sent a naked picture by a girl, that was your property to do whatever you wanted to with it. Exactly like an evangelical con man would do, right? They're all fucking scum. And this is an actual real excerpt from his book. The president has called me when I was in my car, asleep in the middle of the night, on my Longworth office cot, on the throne, on airplanes, in nightclubs, and even in the throes of passion. Yes, I answered. So yeah, when I was having sex with prostitutes, hey, the president called me. I pulled out, answered immediately, because why wouldn't I? He's basically my daddy. Sorry for snotting everywhere on you guys. I'm trying to get over my crying. And then, of course, he went and spoke at a Republican women's convention. Even though they know he's done for, folks. They know he's going to have to resign. The evidence is going to come out. It's not going to go well for him. And these women at this event know that. But they don't give a shit because the Republican Party right now is all about trolling. It's all about acting like the most giant pieces of shit you can do to upset people because that's what they get off on. So obviously they're going to have this fucking piece of shit speak at a women's convention, a conservative Christian women's event. And he got out there and he quoted Margaret Thatcher. If you want something said, hire a man. If you want something done, hire a woman. Yeah, it's just beyond fucking parody, these people. They know this is going to be thrown back up in their face, but they just simply do not care. They're the bottom of the goddamn barrel. Half the fucking country is just extreme trash. And Then it turned out that he was trying to have a meeting with Donald Trump, and Donald Trump refused to have a meeting with him. So, yeah, he's basically just like one of Donald Trump's sons. Donald Trump clearly has disdain for his sons and don't want to be anywhere near this guy because he knows he's done for. Apparently, it also came out that Matt Gaetz was trying to get Trump to give him and a bunch of other people blanket pardons. You don't even have to say what we did. Just give a pardon, regardless of what you did. You're free and clear from it. Because he knew for a long time this shit was going to come out. And they were just fucking criminals. I'm shocked Donald Trump didn't do it, but even Donald Trump knew enough to stay away from that bullshit. And speaking of Donald Trump, god damn it, they're so weird, folks. Why are they like this? They're like pod people. It reminds me like when I was sent out Jordan Peterson before. I've talked to Jordan Peterson cult members. They're usually, for a better term, loser dudes who have nothing going for them, and they need some kind of daddy figure to tell them how to live. And I actually ask them all the time, hey, what is so good about Jordan Peterson? It's, oh, he changed my life, man. He changed my life. Well, how did he change your life? What did he tell you? And they usually say something like, oh, well, he told me that you're supposed to try to slightly better your life some, or don't lie. And I'm like, you really needed somebody to tell you this shit? That you're supposed to be slightly improving your life or cleaning your room or don't lie? You really needed somebody to tell you that? It's like they're space aliens who just landed on the planet and they need somebody to explain to them how to pretend to be human beings. And that's what this guy reminds me of, Donald Trump's son, Mini Trump. I mean, he's like a space alien. Such a fake fucking person. Look at this.
Guys, UFC fighter versus YouTube legend. There's been a lot of smack talking around. Some of my friends in the UFC, like Jorge Masvidal, have chimed in, talking crap about...
Why is he talking like that? Just talk like a normal human being. God, they're so creepy and weird. Like, I want to believe in, like, lizard people from David Icke when I see these guys. And let us never forget the worst president in the history of this country, Donald Trump. This was 1 year ago, folks. A failure in every goddamn possible way.
Thank you, Mr. President. In terms of the economy, what if you urge Americans to go back to work and they don't listen to you? Would you leave that up to the governors, to businesses, to citizens to decide when it's safe to stop social distancing?
Well, when you say they don't listen, I think they're going to listen. They want to go back. Everybody wants. They're going stir crazy. They've been in those houses and those apartments, and they're built. I mean, they've really been. They've done a great job. Again, when you look, the question was just asked about, about how are we doing compared to projections. Those were just original projections. The big projection being 2.2 million people would die if we did nothing. That was another decision we made. Close it up. That was a big decision that we made. Two very smart people walked into my office and they said, listen, these are your alternatives. And that was a projection of, I guess, 1.5 to 2.2 million people would die if we didn't close it up. That's a lot of people. So if we do a number that's tremendously smaller than that, now if we did close it up, the numbers got to 100 to 220 million people. So if we can stay substantially under the 100, which was the original projection, I think we all did a very good job, even though it's a lot of people.
He meant 100,000, not 100 million. He's so stupid. Tell me he's not senile. But yeah, if we say 100,000 deaths, I think we did a very good job. We're at 550,000 now. Just a failure in every goddamn way. Let me check the chat to make sure everything's still going fine because I only have one screen up right now. You did nothing. Yep, true that. Let me check the check that. We're at 8.9% drop frame rates. I don't know why it's so fucking high. Whatever. Let's check this other thing real quick. All right. Continue on. And speaking of Trump, I covered this last week about how they had these opt-in things where, like, if you don't uncheck it, when you think you're just giving a donation one time, they continuously bill you over and over again. And there were these old people that had their bank accounts completely wiped out. And even still, they refuse to blame Trump for it. Well, this is a new one. Update, the NRCC has an even worse alternative pre-check reoccurring donation box. This is what they literally say. This is real. Checkbox. We need to know we haven't lost you to the radical left. If you uncheck this box, we will have to tell Trump you're a defector and sided with the Dems. Check this box and we can win back the House and get Trump to run in 2024. So if you uncheck this box, that means it's only a one-time donation. And if you uncheck it, they're going to tell Trump on you. It's not a cult at all, is it, folks? Just so fucking insane. Like they're going to call Trump and be like, hey, Trump, Billy Bob unchecked the box. He's a traitor. Like, how fucking stupid can you people be? But it works. That's why they do this, folks. These people literally worship Trump like a god. He's the new fucking Jesus. Like he's all fucking knowing. He's going to know. He's going to know if you don't give a fucking donation every month. And speaking of Trump, the number one pro-Trump website on the internet, the Donald.win. I mean, this is like, I would say mask off like I always say, but the mask was never on with these people. But this was one of the most popular threads on their website. We also need to raise white birth rates or it's game over soon. One of the biggest black pills when you actually see how demographics vote. You would have zero guns, zero 1A, no private property rights, and full government control without white people, specifically white men. Yup. And despite the lady peds who try to suggest Prop 19 is good, if you break the female vote down further, you'll find that women who are married to a man vote well. Single women and lesbians vote incredibly leftist. We should have never let blacks and women vote. You can correlate the downfall of America to letting those two groups vote. Universal suffrage has been inarguably the downfall of Western civilization. So there's more, but yeah. Try to tell me that Trump is not directly and intimately connected to fascist and white supremacists. I just don't know how you can possibly make this argument anymore when there's example after example after example of this. And once again, speaking of Trump, here's one of his right-hand man, Roger Stone, with a self-own. I think this is Parler here. Roger Stone says, there is more evidence that Acosta and Stetler are red Chinese spies than there is proving that Tucker Carlson is a white supremacist, which of course he isn't. Spoiler alert, he is. People with inferior intelligence always resort to name calling because they lack facts for their argument. Fox is being called on to fire Tucker Carlson. By who? The asswipes at CNN? That's right. You asswipes need to know that only people with inferior intelligence resort to name calling. You fucking asswipe morons. So, yep, I agree, Roger Stone. You are of inferior intelligence. Thanks for outing yourself. And did you guys see the new Fox News comedy show, Gutfield? It's so good, it has to have a star and an exclamation point. Premiering April 5th. This is their big show. They advertised over and over again. I'm only going to show you guys a little bit of this because I love you too much to show you more than that. But god damn it. It is impossible to get less funny than this. It's insane and fucking sane how unfunny this is. It's so embarrassing. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm only going to play a little bit. I apologize.
All right, here we are again. A brand new show and a brand new Greg. I'm as giddy as Kamala Harris explaining kids in cages. Or Woody Allen hearing about kids in cages. If you've been watching the GG show on Saturdays, welcome. If you love the Five and felt the need for more GG, that's awesome. If you ended up here because you thought your TV was the microwave oven, it's good to see you, Mr. President. Your pizza will be warm in 2 minutes. And Hunter, he brought the extra cheese. You all made a great choice. For proof, over at MSNBC.
Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize for that. But anyway, it has been lambasted repeatedly on Twitter. I could play you a bunch of clips, but like I said, I won't fucking do that to you. So they're already looking for new comedy writers. But it doesn't matter, folks. This show's already gotten like 1.2 million live views on Fox News because this is the level they're at. Like, beyond parody. So cringe, you can't even wrap your mind around it. And speaking of cringe from Fox News, Tucker Carlson spreading the white genocide conspiracy theory. You know, that is just a white nationalist narrative. Just, like I said, I would say mask off, but it was never on to begin with, folks. Tell me this motherfucker's not a white supremacist. So The Daily Show spliced in his rant about the Great Replacement with actual text from the manifestos of terrorist mass shooters who have cited the white genocide theory as reasons they went out and killed minorities. In 2019, 2 white supremacist mass shooters left eerily similar manifestos justifying their crimes. Now there's a new copycat.
The term replacement. The Democratic Party is trying to replace the current electorate, the voters now casting ballots, with new people, more obedient voters from the third world. That's what's happening, actually. Let's just say it, that's true. Democrats know if they keep up the flood of illegals into the country, they can eventually turn it into a flood of voters for them. When you offer someone citizenship, free health care, free education, housing vouchers, and free food, all things they don't have in their own country, their political success does not depend on good policies, but on demographic replacement, and they'll do anything to make sure it happens. So every time they import a new voter, I become disenfranchised as a current voter. They're diluting it. No, they're not allowed to do that. Why are we putting up with this?
I mean, it's 100% white supremacist talking points. We know this kind of rhetoric leads to violence. It leads to mass shootings. It leads to terrorism. We've seen it happen again and again and again, but yeah, they don't care on Fox News. Tucker Carlson doesn't give a shit. He's rich. He knows what his viewers wants to hear, and he's not afraid to give it to them. And obviously, unshockingly, white nationalists went out of the way to praise Tucker Carlson's full embrace of their talking points, including Nick Fuentes and a bunch of other people. So, yeah, shocker, isn't? I can't believe white supremacists are supporting Tucker Carlson's white supremacist talking points. But, of course, Jimmy Dore going on Tucker Carlson's show just days after he spreads Great Replacement conspiracy theories. And it's not like he's going on Tucker Carlson to push back against Tucker Carlson. It's not like he's going on there to call him out for being a white supremacist, calling him out for spreading white supremacist talking points. So he's going on there to help Tucker Carlson shit on the left. This guy.
For her to switch sides, did it?
It's, you know, it's happening right in front of our faces.
I can't even sit and listen to this fucking weasel. Like, fuck Jimmy Dore. Like, when are you goddamn doorknobs gonna fucking wake up? It's just, it's so fucking ridiculous. And so, yeah, you want to see the kind of people that are coming out of the woodwork now to defend Jimmy Dore? How about Jack Piece of Shitbiek? These are the kind of people going to bat for you. Jimmy Dore. This person trying to call out Jimmy Dore, and white nationalist Tucker Carlson talk FTV, AOC, and censorship. Notice Dore isn't going on conservative TV to correct their lies. He's there to support right-wing smears on progressive. Jimmy Dore is an enemy of the left, and so yeah, Jack Piece of Shitbiek. Pay very close attention to the people who try to police others from having a conversation. They reveal their true agenda. Yeah, this is the guy who's defending you, Jimmy. Here you go. Like, seriously, if I ever had a guy like this defend me, I would immediately rethink everything I was fucking doing. I would inwardly look to see what I'm fucking doing wrong to make sure I distance myself from pieces of shit like this as far as I can possibly fucking distance myself. But, of course, I don't have enough money to buy a $1.5 million compound in California, so the grift is real, yo. And it's so ridiculous on Fox News. Like, I don't even like fucking Joe Biden very much. I mean, I like him more than Trump, and I do like some of the things he's done, but like, he could definitely be better. I don't really say a whole lot of nice things about Joe Biden. I don't fucking talk him up too much, but Fox News is so fucking pathetic and ridiculous. They can't think of anything else to shit on him for. So this is what they come up with.
Today, he didn't have his notebook with him. Why is he doing so few public events? We looked into it all. Joe Biden is averaging less than one event per day since taking office. That's all he can handle.
Oh my God, one event per day. Like Trump literally spent how many hundreds of days at the fucking golf course? He went months when he lost the election, not showing his face in fucking public. What are you talking about? Of course, we know. It's a double standard. They're not going to hold the Republicans anyway to the same accountability that they hold the Democrats to. Let me go ahead and check, make sure I'm not losing too many frames. 11% drop frames. I don't know fucking why, but I guess it's fine. I guess you guys would tell me if there's a problem here. Let's see. No one is saying anything, so it's all good. All right. Cool. And next up, all these gotchas they're trying to get over on the press secretary of the White House with. But she actually does a pretty good job. She says a lot, but so do I. But she does a good job of educating the public on these gotcha questions really quick. And so one of the main talking points the Republicans have come out with is, oh my God, why is Major League Baseball taking their All-Star game out of Georgia and moving it to Colorado when Colorado has very similar, if more strict, voting regulations than Georgia does? And so she cures this brain fart immediately. It's simply not goddamn true. You go, girl.
Is the White House concerned that Major League Baseball is moving their All-Star game to Colorado, where voting regulations are very similar to Georgia?
Well, let me just refute the first point you made. First, let me say, on Colorado, Colorado allows you to register on Election Day. Colorado has voting by mail, where they send to 100% of people in the state who are eligible applications to vote by mail. 94% of people in Colorado voted by mail in the 2020 election. And they also allow for a range of materials to provide, even if they vote on Election Day, for the limited number of people who vote on Election Day. I think it's important to remember the context here. The Georgia legislation is built on a lie. There was no widespread fraud in the 2020 election. Georgia's top Republican election officials have acknowledged that repeatedly in interviews. And what there was, however, was record-setting turnout, especially by voters of color. So instead, what we're seeing here is for politicians who didn't like the outcome, they're not changing their policies to win more votes. They're changing the rules to exclude more voters. And we certainly see the circumstances as different.
And she was well prepared for that question, just destroyed him. Love to see it. And one more gotcha they try to get her with. And I don't even understand this one. Basically, they're trying to get a gotcha on her because the White House is listening to polling of what the American people want. And they're trying to do what the American people want. And they're trying to use this as some kind of gotcha against them, which is so fucking bizarre.
You've been saying consistently that it doesn't matter what they do on the Hill because the public supports what the president is doing, and you point to polls. And they do say
We
that.
don't say it doesn't matter. It's just an impact. And there is a question that I hope your colleagues on the Hill ask a number of Republicans, which is, why would they oppose investment in our nation's infrastructure when the vast majority of the American public thinks it's imperative we do? But as the Secretary just said, the disagreement is not really about the need to modernize our nation's infrastructure. It's about the size, it's about the pay-fors, and we absolutely understand there will be compromise, there will be debate. That's all a part of the process.
Is it a little dangerous to be always citing the polls, though, as your credibility?
Do you not think the American people's view is important as it relates to what elected officials do on the Hill?
Sure, but don't polls change a lot, whereas the elected officials are elected officials?
There's been pretty consistent support for infrastructure. And I think it's an important point. We feel like it's an important point because when we talk about bipartisanship, we're talking about how we meet the needs of the American people. Republicans, independents, Democrats. Rebuilding bridges is not a Democratic idea. Ensuring kids don't have access to clean water is not a Democratic idea. Broadband access probably actually impacts more rural areas that might be leaning more Republican than Democratic if you look at it, the maps across the country. So our point is, this is addressing not a political issue. This is addressing a vital need in the country.
Just useless questions. Hey, why are you listening to the American people to decide what you want to do? Because that's literally our fucking job. Literally what we're supposed to be fucking doing. We're at 14.4% drop frame rates now. What the fuck? I guess it's still fine. Whatever. You guys would tell me, right, if it was a problem. Yeah, you guys understand anything. All right. Let me check over here real quick. I need to get my other monitor going again. Not receiving a video to maintain smooth streaming as such. I don't know why. There's no fucking... Nothing is open on my end that should be causing that. Well, what you gonna do, right? All right. I guess I'll stop reading some super chats real quick. Continue on. Jay Dizzy4. Never forget Jimmy Dore sided with Steven Crowder over Carlos Maza because he was worried about how YouTube enforcing TS would affect his channel. Yep. Worried about those bucks, yo. The grift is real. He making that scratch. Austin Johnson, conservatives are unintentionally hilarious when trying to be serious and completely stale when trying to do comedy. I know, right? There are no good conservative comedians. That show is a dumpster fire. It's hilarious to make fun of, but I just love you guys too much to show you too much of it. But if you want to cringe more, you should go watch more clips of that show. And I am Maggie. $50 is very generous. Thank you, I am Maggie. Maggie and Mitch here. We're sorry for your loss. We love you. Hey, I love you guys, and I appreciate it. I'm not trying to think about it too much anymore because I don't want to cry anymore right now. But yeah, it's been a rough one, and thank you for supporting me. That means a whole lot. Love you guys back. And Marcel Robinson, $10. I found it funny that the person who said name calling is a sign of low intelligence has no issue engaging in name calling. Roger Stone is so white that he's transparent. I know, right? It's always a double standard with these people. It's always do as we say, not as we do. They're always hypocrites. They have nothing. That's all they fucking have. So, but it works. It works for the stupid people to follow them because they're pieces of shit and they don't care. They don't hold their side the same accountability in any way. Ty went, convince me that QAnon is not a psychological operation by Stone, metaphor, Donald Trump, Nixon's rat fight. I don't believe it is. I believe it's just some guy, what is his name? Ron Watkins, who wanted to funnel traffic to his white supremacy friendly website, 8chan, which is now 8con. And he took over that account and he knew how to con the fucking losers and the idiots that are susceptible to that type of thing. That's what I think. I think the QAnon documentary did a good job of exposing that. Love to you, Dusty. Hey, love to you. Celestial Angel 666. That's very generous, and I appreciate it. Thank you. Good to see you tonight. Much love, Dusty. Let's hope there is an afterlife. I don't want to think about that right now. But yeah. I have thoughts on that, but I can't get them out right now, so thank you for that. Jay's these are for marry, fuck, kill, TJ, Vosh, Destiny. Okay, I would definitely marry Destiny. I'm not going to say why, though, because it's... I'm going to get in trouble if I do. I guess I would... I don't know. I don't want to kill either TJ or Vosh, either one of them. Like, TJ secretly loves me, so I don't want to kill him. And Vosh, I don't have a problem with. So I don't know. I guess I don't know. I can't answer that question. All bad choices. Catalina Gearbox, getting my stimulus in a few days, so we have some for the cuddles. Love you, Dusty. I love you, Catalina. Good to see you tonight. I really appreciate the support. You guys are the heroes of the show, and you allow me to keep doing this, and it really means a lot to me. Thank you. All right, let me continue with the show. Mary Vosh. Okay, I guess Vosh probably has more money than the rest of them. So maybe I could marry him and divorce him. Who do you think has more money, Vosh or Destiny? Gotta be Vosh, because he's from Beverly Hills, right? That's what I would think. All right. I guess it's okay. We're still at 14% drop frames. I don't know why, but let's continue with the show. Why not? Can't stop me. I'm going to keep sallying forth regardless. And you guys probably saw this one, goddammit. So basically what happened was Steven Crowder got banned for a week, and he used that as basically a fundraising event. Because that's basically the majority of the right-wing con. I've gone over it again and again and again. They basically act like pieces of shit on purpose in order to piss people off, and then people get pissed or they get banned for a little while, suspended, and they use that as, oh my God, the left is censoring me. Give me more money. And so he took in a shit ton of fucking money from his 1 week suspension. And so he's literally trying to get himself banned now so he can make money. Which is why he pulled this stunt to try to recreate George Floyd's death. And it's so ridiculous. First off, he has this little 130-pound guy who's got all his weight on his back foot. He's not leaning on top of him, putting the foot on his neck. Like Chauvin, is that his name? The cop that killed George Floyd was doing. But even this, he could not take for more than a minute or two. So he had to have the guy move it to the back. But it doesn't matter, folks. He's not really trying to prove whether this can kill you or not. He simply tried to piss people off so he can get banned and then play the victim and make a shit ton of money. Because this is the entire fucking grift. It's so obvious. This is what they all fucking do. And YouTube just keeps allowing to do it. I mean, I guess if YouTube bans them, it's just going to help them, really, to be honest with you. But I guess if they get deplatformed from everything, eventually it'll be like Alex Jones, and it will eventually catch up with them. It just depends on how much you deplatform. You have to deplatform them for everywhere for it to be really effective. And he's just so cringe. The most try-hard motherfucker in the goddamn world. So apparently he found a song of DMX's. You know, DMX died this week. We're going to talk about that a little bit more later. But there's a song of DMX that is homophobic. Because a lot of gangster rap or rap has homophobic lyrics in it. A lot of Eminem's old stuff had homophobic shit in it. So, of course, he has to post it to, I guess, own the libs or something. Making woke white people uncomfortable since 1970. I got news for you. Homophobia affects more than just white people. A lot of black folks, people of all races, creeds, can't stand homophobes. But okay, I'll play it. It's just cringe as shit. Actually, I can't really play it because they're probably going to copyright me. So anyway. Weak sauce from Crowder, trying so hard to be edgy. That's all it is. Oh, how can I be edgy today? How can I be edgy today? How can I be edgy? It's like 8-year-olds, like literal mentality of 8-year-olds. And speaking of human thumbs, Joe Rogan's back, and he had Dan Crenshaw on his show. And Joe Rogan is so out of touch. He has, his $100 million from Spotify now, and he literally doesn't know what the fuck is going on, period. So apparently he is just now for the first time figuring out and learning how the COVID stimulus works. And he seems shocked by it. Look at this clueless fuck.
We need a safety net. We need to help people who have truly fallen on hard times, who lost their jobs because of COVID. But does that also mean we need to provide a $1,400 check to somebody who never lost their job and whose biggest hardship has been Zoom meetings?
Yes.
Of course not. But over 100 million people were getting checks that never lost their jobs.
100 million?
Easily.
Through COVID?
It's way more. It's way more than that. I'm cutting it off at 100 million. So
hold on, explain that to me.
When we send out checks, the direct cash payments, I've always been against direct cash payments.
So the COVID stimulus checks.
Yeah.
So
because they go out to anybody
who
makes
those checks that didn't lose their jobs.
Of course.
What?
Yeah, if the cutoff was like $75K a year, so that means. Wait a minute. That means every federal, well, not every, but a lot of federal workers getting them too. So people that didn't lose any money because of the pandemic still got checks. Yeah, these were never based on your situation.
You have no idea how the pandemic affected them or their family members or people they're supporting. You have no fucking clue what you're talking about. They've already means tested this at $75K and under. Yes, redistributing some of the wealth to the billionaires who've made trillions during the pandemic, to the rest of the public, while the economy is suffering so bad, is a good idea. But Joe Rogan is shocked. Never heard any of this because none of it affects him. Like, what does Joe Rogan read? Does he ever even turn on the news or read anything? Why is he surprised by this? Because he's a multimillionaire and he's out of touch completely with everything.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
It's ridiculous.
I didn't know that. I thought you had to lose your job. I thought there was a problem.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
If your
so
staff
people who never lost a penny. So if you look at their tax receipts, you look at their what they made in 2019 versus 2020.
Correct.
If they didn't lose any money.
Yeah. No. It's based on just your income. So I think $75K a year was the cutoff. But also, if you're a married couple, $150K, and if you have kids, then it's even more. So you've got I've got a lot of active duty military friends who are getting thousands of dollars because they have kids, but it's like why? And they're like, why am I getting this? Is such a waste of taxpayer money. Do your duty and go spend it on a local business.
First off, Joe Rogan, who moved to Texas to avoid taxes and get a tax break, is shocked to find out the government is giving tax breaks to people that make under $75K because that's what this is. It's a tax break, folks. Even if you don't take the money directly, you can just take it off on your taxes, the $1,400. So it's a tax breaks for the middle class and the lower class. And Joe Rogan is, oh my God, I can't believe they're doing that. Oh, give me my money. Give me my money as I fucking bathe in it. Just what a fucking piece of shit. And the good news is, I was reading the Joe Rogan forum, And they're starting to turn on him more and more. Talk about how clueless he is and out of touch now that he's a 100 millionaire. How the show's not the same anymore because he's completely lost every grounding he actually had. Though he never really had much if you really pay attention. But anyway, fuck you, Joe Rogan. Check, make sure I'm not dropping too many frames. I'm still at 14%. I guess that's doable. All right, and Lauren Shin did not go well for her. So she trying to blame the left for trying to lower the age of consent law. She says some leftists are now actively trying to lower the age of consent. Honestly, I don't know what she's talking about. I have not seen this. It's exactly the opposite on my feed. On my feed, if anything, they sort of go overboard. They want to like raise the age of consent. So I have not seen this at all. Don't know what she's talking about. Anyway, what's behind this descent into hedonism? Join me and Carl Benjamin, the artist formerly known as Sargon of Akkad, as we discuss this and more. Yes, Sargon! The perfect person to ask about age of consent laws.
But why were you deplatformed?
I was deplatformed because, people misrepresent my views and say that, because I had this opinion last year that I wanted to perhaps consider reducing the age of consent for children.
Okay, this is Amos Yee, who literally got deported from the United States over child porn and pedophilia and bullshit.
Right.
And for having...
When we say children, I think we should be specific.
Exactly.
I think you mean teenagers, don't you?
Sure.
Yeah. And I don't think you mean 5-year-olds or something, do you? Or do you? You might. Tell me what your opinion is.
Now that's now you see, I think that 14, 13-year-olds, if they decide to have sex with adults, it should be fine. And many people have done it secretly, and that should be fine. Now in terms of, and I think that's completely reasonable.
Well, it's controversial because people have a kind of mental block in their minds when they talk about this. You know, that sounds like you want adults to prey on children. But
exactly.
It's actually not as controversial as you think. For example, I think in the Netherlands, the age of consent is something like 12 or 14. So you're being treated like you're a terrible criminal, but that means the Dutch are terrible criminals as well.
Exactly.
So, well, look, it is an arbitrary choice rather than based on scientific evidence or something like that. So
I think it's completely fine if it's consensual.
Well,
yeah, definitely.
That's your opinion, and I hold different, and that's fine. But the point is, what age are you thinking should be the age of consent?
Wait, but first I'd like to do the myth con.
Okay, so why? Just get into this then, because I'm curious. Why? I mean, what age would you think was appropriate to have an age?
I would say it's all right to eliminate it entirely, and you might think whoa, that's scary because now 5 years old would technically be legally allowed to have sex with adults.
Yeah.
The reason that's fine is because 3 to 5 year olds, if an adult has sex with them, they probably wouldn't be, wouldn't consent. Certainly, sure, and they'd still be punished because there are still rape laws.
Right. Yeah.
So if let's say somebody doesn't.
Anyway, I'm going to skip past that. They went on to quote some more of Sargon's words. The Justice Carr, I was well under the age of 11 when I started having sex. Please convince me that I didn't know what I was doing. Carl Benjamin, yeah, I think it depends on the child, really, doesn't it? It should really be a case-by-case basis, says Carl Benjamin. So, yeah, Lauren Chin, I don't think you picked the right person to have that conversation with. But it doesn't matter, does it? It's different when it's you guys that do it. I always got to blame the left for everything. And speaking of idiots that always got to blame the left for everything, Temple back at it. He mad at the Falcon and the Winter Soldier because, of course, why wouldn't he be? These fucking crying piss babies don't have anything better to do but sit around and watch TV shows and try to find fault with them. Because I guess that's how he makes money and shit. So he's like, the wokeness in the Falcon and Winter Soldier is starting to get too thick for it to be enjoyable. I've seen every episode of that. I literally have no clue what he's talking about. I've not seen anything that I thought was woke. Here's the problem with this mentality too. I used to like going to IMDb and using their rating guides. If a movie got 8.8, I'd be like, oh, that's really high. That's a good rating. That's probably a good movie. But you can't use that anymore. Because let's say if a movie has a woman in it that's really tough, The fucking crying piss babies on the right will go there and give it 1 star all the way down the line and call it woke nonsense. So you can't depend on that anymore. And it's bullshit like this. Yeah, let's unthicken the wokeness. Just makes no sense whatsoever. And speaking of Tim Pool, if you ever want a clip that beautifully and briefly explains his entire business model, this is it in a goddamn nutshell.
Maybe it's not a real source. Maybe it's not good information. I don't know. It's rumor. It's rumor.
It makes me feel good. How about that? If nothing else.
Yeah, that's it. Hey, I know it's a bullshit source. I know it's probably not true, but it makes you feel good. So, hey, give me money. And that's all you have to do. If you ever want to be a shameless, grifting con man, all you have to do is put out right-wing propaganda. Doesn't have to be true. As long as it makes people on the right feel good, they will shower money upon you. You too can buy your own mountain compound. All you have to do is have no integrity whatsoever and sell your soul. And Ben Shapiro, little Ben Shapiro, he's still mad about the Little Nas X thing and wants to remind you that it's just as bad as the wet ass pussies. Is this what our society is coming to, folks? Really? Little Nas X? You should be ashamed of yourself. It says super tough Butch Ben Shapiro.
It is Lil Nas X dressed up as a stripper, swiveling down a stripper pole.
This is completely beside the point, folks. I'm just going to stop this. Before I came on the air, I had like a 3-hour nap, and I had this very, very vivid dream that I was in a relationship with Lil Nas X. I know, gay! I know it's gay, but it was actually pretty cool. Like, I was helping him make his next music video. We were like hanging out, chilling, and just vibing. So, I don't know. Hi, Lil Nas X!
Into hell, where he proceeds to engage in anal sex with Satan.
Good.
This is, first of all, the song is just crap. I mean, like,
Song's growing on me.
This is unmemorable. It is a ripoff, obviously, of the title of the movie Call Me By Your Name.
I mean, it's not a ripoff, it's a reference to it.
Okay, he's stripping down into hell. Swiveling down. And, like, all right, this is what you want from your culture. This is what you're going to get from your culture.
This is exactly what I want from my culture.
And now he's about to enter the palace of Satan.
Good, you enter that palace.
And he is then going to engage in various unspeakable acts with
I
Satan.
can speak of it.
And give Satan a lap dance.
Lap dance.
Then have sex with Satan.
Sex. You spoke of it.
And then he's going to take Satan's crown at the end, because obviously this is what we should all aspire to.
Hell yeah,
is to
murder
become
Satan. Isn't that what you're supposed to do?
The end of this video. Now, again, free country. Do what you want. But if you think that the height of our culture is WAP and this, and you think that Americans are just going to be like, yeah, it's all good. Keep
I mean, first of all, who said this is the height of our culture? It's a YouTube video. Secondly, what is America going to do? Oh my God! You have a gay video. We're going to, what, burn the streets? What are you talking about, bitch, bro? America's fine with it. It's the #1 video on the goddamn planet.
Marketing this crap to our kids, please. Please keep telling us how deeply important all of this is and how empowering all of it is and how it's going to make for a wonderful, fulfilling life for children. Man, you guys keep pushing this way in the culture. You keep pushing this way on
what?
By the way,
what you
just
do?
a note here that the sort of take here, which is that you can act like garbage so long as you are of a sexual orientation minority, is ridiculous.
Yeah, that is ridiculous because he's not acting like garbage. He literally just put out a video that's entertaining to people. You're the one acting like garbage by making such a big deal out of it, blowing out of proportion to make money from the idiots that listen to you.
You know how many gay people there are who don't act like this in music videos? Virtually
yeah.
all of them. But you want to promulgate, some pretty nasty messages about folks. This is the way to do it. Lil Nas X really doing yeoman's work there on behalf of the gay rights movement. For some,
he's proven that you can be totally yourself, totally authentic to yourself, not to hide who you are, and be incredibly successful at it, which is an amazing message for the gay community. Thank you, Ben Shapiro. I'd much rather Lil Nas X speak to his experience and what's good for the gay community than you, Benny. And Ian Miles wrong. I know his name, Ian, don't matter. He back at it, folks. Hates democracy because he lives in Malaysia, so it doesn't affect him whatsoever. So the National Review is like, might the Republic be better served by having fewer but better voters? Yeah! Should we suppress the vote? Do we really want everybody to vote in our democracy? And I'm Al Strong says, yes, actually, we should have less voters. But the good news is, folks, every time he posts shit like this, everybody in the chat points out to him, you don't even go here! You live in Malaysia. You've never stepped foot in a fucking America. At least he's being called out for it now. He only got 1,100 likes for his anti-democracy rant. Trying to harm our country, make money off of it, and it's not going as well for him as it used to go, and you'd love to see it. Fuck off. Ian Miles wrong. And time is it? Holy shit. I have not got through much of this already. Rand Paul! Kentucky, you got to do better than this. Senator from Kentucky, Rand Paul. So libertarians, they love it when businesses do what they want. Businesses should do whatever they want to. They should have the right to be able to do whatever they want to. And then when they do something that libertarians don't like, then they suddenly have a problem with it. Rand Paul says, what to think when your priest calls the police to arrest you for not wearing a mask? You think it's a private property and he's actually doing the responsible thing and trying to protect the rest of his parishioners against your stupidity. Which is good. Thank you for finally doing something good, priest. Maybe it's time to choose a new church. Exactly. Choose a new church. Pregnant mother escorted from a Texas church for not wearing mask and issued trespass warning for police. Good. That's a good thing. You have to obey the rules on private property or you get trespassed. That's how it works, Rand Paul. And here's Alex Jones, all upset because a flight attendant got fired for refusing to wear a mask. He's like, flight attendant lost her job for rejecting oppressive compliance cult ritual. Yeah, you mean she lost her job because she wouldn't do her job? Because she put her customers at risk and made the airline look worse and made people less likely to fly because they're frightened by her childish, selfish, harmful behavior? Yep, that's a good thing, Alex Jones. Cry more, noob. And sad note, I gave the governor of Arkansas, he roasted us last week. Even though he's a piece of shit, he's a Republican. He's passed the anti-abortion bills and shit. I should not have given hero status, but I did. I gave him a shout out for vetoing the anti-trans bill in Arkansas. But yeah, they overrode him. They passed it anyway because they only needed a simple majority to pass it. So they did. Trans panic in full effect in Arkansas. A lot of the companies who are stopped doing business with Georgia might also consider stop doing business with Arkansas. Let's financially punish these motherfuckers. That's what we got to do. And beyond parody, yeah, folks. Hard to believe this is real, but it is. Mitch McConnell's pissed off at corporations now. The conservatives are pissed off because corporations are actually using their free speech to speak out against injustices and our laws that they don't agree with. I've never seen anything like this. Usually it's conservatives do nothing but suck up to corporations, and now they're literally threatening them. Mitch McConnell, who is one of the main ones responsible for passing Citizens United, which declared that money was free speech, that corporations can spend as much money as they want to, even anonymously, to swear our elections. That's free speech. Corporations are people. But when they actually use their actual speech, Mitch McConnell was like, you motherfuckers better shut the fuck up. News. McConnell in Kentucky calls action on MLB, Coke, and Delta in opposition of Georgia voting laws. He says, my warning to corporate America is to stay out of politics. And then he said, I'm not talking about political contributions, though. No, give me your money. Give me your money all day long, but keep your opinions to your fucking self, except for your money. Nah, dude. You're the one that wanted them to have unlimited free speech. But of course, they don't actually want that. They just want rich people to sway the elections. They don't actually want them to speak out against the issues they feel strongly about. And, yeah, here's the free speech warriors for you folks. They're all fucking fake. It's all ridiculous. This is right-wing commentator Josh Bernstein. Let's see what he has to say.
These woke-tocracies, these corporate American ass clowns out there and CEOs that think that, you know, they should inject themselves into politics and you know, do edicts and things like that against the people that work for them and everything else. I'll tell you right now, once Republicans do get back in control, corporate America needs to be dealt with. They need to be fined when they get involved with politics. Stay in your lane, keep your mouth shut, and stop trying to make policy.
Yeah. The Republicans have done nothing but try to take as much corporate money as they possibly can to push through their agenda. And now the corporations are saying a little bit against him. You better shut the fuck up. We're going to fine you. Don't give a fuck about their free speech. Hard to believe this is real life, but it is. And even Dan Crenshaw is like, these corporations need to stay out of politics. He took $25,000 from Norpac, $22,000 from Lodge Lumber, $22,000 from Enterprise Product Partners, $21,000 from Kirkland and Ellis, $20,000 from Valor Energy, $20,000 from Chevron Corp. Has no problem taking their money. But shut the fuck up. Don't actually talk. Just fund me. I hope there's going to be blowback for them. I hope corporations decide to stop funding them. Take these threats fucking seriously. They oughta. And did you see this? Ted Cruz got trolled, epically trolled by Ken Klipstein. So, Ken Klipstein tweeted out this article. NASA just sent employees an email seeking volunteers to help staff facilitate for unaccompanied migrant children per internal email provided to me. And so Ted Cruz retweeted him and said, seems bad, trying to get a gotcha. Ooh, it's so bad. And so immediately after he saw that Ted Cruz retweeted him, Ken Klipstein changed his name to Ted Cruz liked a porn tweet. So now you read Ted Cruz liked a porn tweet and you see his response, Ted Cruz, seems bad. Owned him. And so, of course, Ted Cruz immediately deleted this after he got fucking owned. But love to see it. Fuck you, Ted Cruz. And apparently, Republican candidate for Congress in Georgia in 2020, whose name is Angela Stanton King, went on the Dr. Phil show with her transgender child. And I had not seen the show, but she immediately put this video out. And I want to say it did not go well for her. What do you guys think?
I'm the bad parent because they can't force me to believe that my son is a woman. So I'm going to tell you this. Fuck Dr. Phil. Fuck his motherfucking wife. Fuck goddamn Paramount Studios. Fuck all you other crazy, dumbass son of a bitches that think a dick can somehow magically turn into a pussy. It's not motherfucking happening. That's the bottom line. I held it down. It was some ghetto ratchet shit, but I don't give a fuck because I'm standing on mine. At the end of the day, my son is a man. And the rest of y'all need to stand on your shit too. I don't give a fuck what label these people have by their name. Common sense is we know damn well a man cannot be a woman, okay? If you were supposed to be a woman, you wouldn't have to go and have surgery to get titties put on your breasts. You would already be born with them. If you was a woman, you wouldn't be born with a dick. You wouldn't have to go get your dick cut off. Now, I'm gonna stick to common sense, okay? I'm the bad parent.
Gotta say, it did not go well for her. Totally classy. And the sad part is she's starting to sound like Richard Dawkins. We're gonna get out of that in a minute. Fucking Richard Dawkins, such a goddamn disappointment. Hate to fucking see it. And let me go ahead and check the chat, make sure everything's still going smoothly. Ooh, scroll. Okay, I don't see anybody bitching about it, so guess everything's all right. Cool. Gonna get to the super chats just a second. We got a couple more of the Chud Watch. We're gonna finish out this section before we move on. Might do a little overtime tonight. Looks like we're gonna get into overtime. So, anyway, folks, here's the kind of shit Republican Twitter is putting out. Feminism is cancer. It destroys women from the inside out. And to prove it, this guy's posting pictures of a woman with long hair to show how much feminism destroyed them. Look, she has short hair now. Feminism destroyed. And look, she was so much cuter when she was 8. Now she's 20 and has short hair. Feminism. And, look, when she was like 16, she was so much cuter than she is now when she's in her 20s. Feminism. And, oh, look, Rachel Maddow. Here's her high school picture. Look how much better she was when she was a high school student. Yeah, what are you telling yourself, dude? Good God, Canadian pilled. Yeah, delete this. What in the fuck? This is fucking creepy, dude. I get it, you find teenage girls cuter than grown-ass women. You did not have to out yourself here, but he did. Outed yourself, and I don't think that's feminism, dude. Republicans, did you guys see this one? So apparently there was a White Lives Matter rally, because that exists in this universe. And this guy just walking around with a swastika, starting to think he might be a Nazi. And so he got confronted by an Asian guy who's like, why you got a swastika? what's your problem, dude? And so this happened.
Get the fuck away from me.
Okay, well, this is a public area, so, you know.
Why do you hate me so much? Let's go. No. If you're strong enough to stand for your beliefs, then speak to me. I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you.
Touch me, motherfucker.
I want to know how you understand for those hatred beliefs. Put one finger on me. I'm not touching you. Put a finger on me. I'm not touching you. I'd like to know why you want to believe in those beliefs. Because you run your mouth. How am I running my mouth? Obviously, I'm speaking right now. And Nazis ended in World War II, so why are we doing this? Oh, Jack, what the fuck? You fucking pushing up on me, motherfucker. I didn't touch you. I want to understand why you hate. Get the fuck out of my face, motherfucker. I'm walking down the pier. I want to understand. Get the fuck out of my fucking way. I want to piece of shit. I want to understand why you hate me so much. Fuck you. I want to fuck off.
Clearly punched him, clearly assaulted them, and then they arrested him, but they probably just drove him down to the other block and let him go, knowing the fucking cops. They were resisting to arrest him at first, but eventually they did take him into custody. I don't know what happened to him, but I doubt much. And Ted Nugent! I don't even know if Ted Nugent is this stupid, or if he's just doing this as performance art, because he knows the dumber he acts, the more money he makes from the conservative idiots that follow him. But yeah, I'm not gonna play this whole video. He denies that 500,000 people died from COVID and all kinds of other shit. But just gonna play one small section of this video, about 2 minutes in.
I ain't scared. Production companies
I ain't scared of nothing. He literally got out of the draft by shitting and pissing himself. But he ain't scared, folks. He's so brave and tough and strong.
Let us tour again this year. Dirty, bastard, lying, scam, smoke and mirrors, COVID-19 freaks. You know, I guess I would ask you, because I'm addicted to truth, logic, and common sense, and my common sense meter would demand the answer to, why weren't we shut down for COVID 1 through 18? There was a COVID 1 and there was a COVID 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. COVID 1 through 18 didn't shut anything down, but whoa, COVID-19, even though it's 99.8%.
I can answer that because COVID-19 is named after the year it was discovered, which was 2019, not because there was 18 more in front of them, Mr. Addicted to truth and common sense and logic.
Survivable. Why didn't we shut down for the AIDS epidemic?
Why didn't we shut down for the AIDS epidemic? Because the AIDS epidemic was not transferred through the air. It was transferred through sexually transmitted diseases and through sharing needles, which is totally 100% different. Mr. Facts and Reason. And last up, here's an interesting article. I'm not going to go into it a whole bunch, but it's not surprising, folks, that a term like cancel was actually created by the black community. It's actually a term that they coined and used, and now it is the biggest boogeyman for the right they possibly have. It's all they talk about now is cancel culture. They do this time and time again. They take these words and phrases that are popularized in the black community, and it's very easy to freak out the public by things that were started in the black community, so you can use them as your ultimate boogeyman. So a great article in the Washington Post about this. There's well, for those of you who are not subscribed to WIPO, I'll just go over it real quick. But anyway, the term was originally coined by Barry Gordy, who was on a date with a woman who thought she was hot shit because she was with Barry Gordy and she was rude to a bartender. And so he went home and he wrote a song that didn't do very well, but had a last line that said, "Your love is canceled." And because of that line, it was picked up in a movie called New Jack City, where Wesley Snipes gets in a fight with his girlfriend and pours champagne on her head and says, "Cancel this bitch, I'll buy me another one." And boom, the term canceled became popular in the black community. And read you a great description of, declaring someone or something canceled on Twitter was not really an attempt to activate a boycott or run anyone from the public square. Cancellations were more of a personal decision, a way to say, we really don't kick it anymore. You stepped out of line and now I'm done with you. Think black fans expressing disgust with Justin Timberlake for dissing Prince. Saying someone was canceled was more like changing the channel and telling your friends and followers about it than demanding that the TV execs take the program off the air. The power of cancellations lay with the canceller. How much social capital were they divesting, and how many others would they follow suit? See, finally, people who traditionally lack power had the power to hold people accountable through social media. And it was mostly started by the black community. And of course, that's why it blew up into this giant fucking boogeyman. Same with the term woke. It's not surprising whatsoever these terms are used to scare people with. And not just by the right, folks. The left, a lot of these debate bros, a lot of the left are using terms like woke scodes, cancel culture to freak you the fuck out. And it absolutely started, and it absolutely has a lot of its power because it started in the black community. And it's much easier to freak people out with these phrases that started in the black community because of racism. Might want to stop doing that, motherfuckers. Gonna get into some examples a little bit later, but that is my Chud Watch section for tonight, folks. Let me check the things here. All right, we're at 14% frame drop. I don't know why, but whatever. Ted Nugent's biggest asshole in rock history. I know, right? I hear the dogs barking out there. Hopefully nothing is going on out there that I need to go check on. I'm by myself. Been by myself for a while, so I don't have anybody that's got my back and go check on that shit for me. So what you gonna do? Hopefully it's okay. Nugent hasn't been relevant since the 70s. Yeah, he acts like people shit to stay relevant though, because you can be relevant in the modern conservative movement as long as you're a fucking troll and a liar. Do you think that Derek Chauvin will be convicted? If so, what do you think will happen if he is found not guilty? I think he's probably going to be convicted of like a lesser charge or something. That would be my guess. I think the case is going pretty badly against him at the moment. Read lyrics for his song Jailbait. Yeah, I can just read the title and imagine. Smooth brain Ted. I know, right? Not shocking. Think you missed my super chat, Colt Dusty. I took a shot for you. Love you, man. I appreciate it. I'm sorry if I missed your super chat. Some of them disappeared. Let me go back and look and see if I can see it. Evan Glare. Let's see. So I am Maggie. Austin. I don't. Oh, there it is. Evan Glare. I'm going to have a shot for you, bro. Much love. Hey, much love. I appreciate it. Thank you, Evan. I guess I missed a couple. Breaking Bad on 4. Give me $5. Thank you. Katie Dammit, get $5. Thank you. I figure praying, bro. You were after my own heart. Thank you. I appreciate that, Katie Dammit. FRB 101. I feel you, Dusty. My goat got CAE, basically goat AIDS. Wow. If he is in a lot of pain, having to consider putting him down. I'm sorry to hear that. The one thing about Floof was like he wasn't whimpering. He didn't seem to be in any pain whatsoever. If I'd have even thought for a second, he had like an ounce of pain. There's nothing I would not have done to stop that shit. Screwed out another $5 to me. Thank you. $3. Thank you, Brandon. Appreciate that. I missed a couple. How the fuck did I miss this? Keep your head up, Dusty. Thank you, Rusty Shock, for appreciate that. Dustin Williams getting $4.99. Thank you for that. Brandon Hubert. Sorry I'm late. Take my money. Bye. Forget us, Dusty. I forgive you, Brandon. Appreciate that. Jenny Rue. Cry you need it, my friend. When you lose your best friend, it's so hard. I know how you feel. You feel guilty, but it isn't your. I mean, it's kind of my fault, but I do appreciate that. I do love you back. Don KRZ. Condolences. I feel your pain. One of my dogs suddenly died 4 weeks ago. I'm sorry to hear that, John. Good thoughts out to you. Appreciate that. Micah, $20. Thank you, Micah. That's very generous. Appreciate that. Mortis 558. Sorry for your loss. Losing pets is always hard. Hope you get better soon and give all your others for babies. I will. I'm trying to pass that love on to other animals, but it is definitely very hard. Solinia, think of all the love and care you provided for rescued animals. My condolences. I've been really spoiling them lately. I'm a vegetarian myself, but I actually do go to the store and buy them pig's feet because you can get pig's feet pretty cheap. And I've been like overloading them with pigs. They love that shit. My condolences, Dusty. Love you and what you do. Hey, love you back, Sisyphean task. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Rest in peace, Mr. Floof. We love you, Dusty. I love you back, Kaylee Hardy. I appreciate that. Virtual hug for y'all. Thank you, KJ. I appreciate that. Michael Gregory. Condolences. I've had several pets die. It's like losing a child. My neighbor came over today and I just like busted out crying, like right there in front of him. I was embarrassed, but tell him about it. Denny Nernick, hey man, you're awesome. Floof was a great dude and he had a marvelous old life. Hold the love and have him in your heart and he'll be with you forever. I know, right? Hope there's an afterlife. Bigger hearts, bigger tear ducts. It's how it works. I know, right? I'm too sensitive sometimes, but I can't help it. Just the way I am. David George, I'm sorry for the loss, Dusty. Let us know if we can do something to help. Keep fighting the good fight. You're doing it, like supporting me in the sanctuary is a lot of help. I appreciate it. RB Anthony, you're a beautiful soul. Things happen, my friends. Something happened to me once. Okay, I already read that. All right. I'm trying not to miss any of the super chats. I'm very sorry if I miss yours. Please let me know. Some of them seem to be popping up randomly, so it's hard to keep track of. Lisa for Truth, did we get dropped in an alternative universe or something? It's a shitty timeline, that's for sure. Easy to make fun of, though. Micah, $15. Take my money. Hope you feel better soon, man. I appreciate it. Cats. Roxanne Dawson became a new Dust Buddy. Thank you, Roxanne Dawson. Appreciate it. If you guys want to become a Dust Buddy, it's $2.99 a month, and you get customized emojis to spend the chat with. So it's a great way to support the show. Become a Dust Buddy. And Marcel Robinson, I wish there was a better word to call Mitch McConnell than a hooker, because at least hookers are honest about what they do. I know, right? Sex workers, real work. Just a piece of shit. That's the best way to call him. Roxanne Dawson, I knew deep down it was something else, but I didn't do anything. I even had nightmares about him beforehand, just too much to process. I mean, yeah, I put my ferret Shelly down last Saturday. I'm sorry about that. Vet said cancer, but I had to convince myself it was hairballs or treated it as such. Feel so guilty and have been crying ever since. I get because thinking it could have been more serious. I know, like that's still exactly the way I felt. Like I had never in a million years did I think he was going to die like that. I thought he was just depressed, like literally. I want to take it back so fucking bad. But you can't. Marcel Robinson, libertarianism, agreeable on some social policies, but goofy when the has held economic ones. Yeah, I mean, I'm a libertarian in some areas, but others, it's just absolutely ridiculous. Like the thought that the market regulates itself is just so stupid. It's voodoo. JDC4, Ben had to show the whole video to his audience. Yep. He had to freak out about it, freak them out. It's gay panic. Oh my God, they're destroying our culture. Michael Robinson, any movie or show starring a woman, a black person, anyone non-white is woke to dim too. It's not just him. There's a whole army of down voters who ruin the rating systems. By the way, Dusty, you nothing wrong with my eyes. I appreciate it. That's not true though. Thank you, but I failed. Marcel Robinson, people like Shannon Sargon will side with anyone if it means owning the libs. I know, right? Logic means nothing. They don't have any integrity. JDZ4, when is the last time Joe had a lefty that wasn't a dummy like Jimmy Dore or Kyle Kalinske? Why does he fear Sam Cedar? Everyone feels Sam Cedar. I know, right? Sam Cedar seems like a nice guy, but he keeps owning people, so I guess that's why. I thought being homophobic was a requirement for hip-hop. I mean, not all of them. It's progressing somewhat nowadays. It's becoming less and less popular to be homophobic. But yeah, back in those days, definitely. Hey, Dusty, sorry about your dog. I love dogs. I know, right? I appreciate that. Thank you, Hubert. Who all remembers the time that Crowder tried water boring? Oh, you're talking about waterboarding to try and prove that it was not torture and couldn't take it after 23 seconds. Yeah, a lot of the idiots did that, right? I think even what the guy's name? Christopher Hitchens, didn't he do that too? Sad. Abed is Batman now. Abed? You mean from Community? I didn't hear about that, but thank you. I am Maggie. Getting my... All right, I read that already. All right. I think I read all the super chats. If I missed yours, please let me know. I thank you all you guys for supporting the show. And let me go ahead and continue on with it. Make sure we're okay. We're still at 14% drop rates. And you guys aren't saying anything. Yep, definitely hit the thumbs up button. Help me out. Smash the like button. Subscribe if you not have already. Dusty just said cringe. On to the cringe. I'm horny. I don't blame you. You watching me, how could you not be horny? We love you, Dusty. I love you back. Brandon Hubert, appreciate that. Yep, ripped a floof. Oh, Hitchens did it to prove it was bad? Okay, good. I only vaguely remember that. But I'm glad he was on the right side of that. He was on the wrong side of the Iraq War, I think. So, couldn't remember if he fucked up about that one. Heroes, always disappointing. We about to cover one of my former heroes. I guess he's still sort of a hero in ways, but Richard Dawkins and his, that's right, the first one on my section I like to call What the Fuck? And first off on What the Fuck, Richard Dawkins. Richard Dawkins. So disappointing. So he just decides to tweet this shit out. I don't know why. I do know why. Richard Dawkins has taken shit from the left because he keeps saying stupid fucking shit. Instead of just looking inward and admitting he might be wrong and trying to fix himself, his ego gets in the way. And so he keeps doubling down and tripling down on these bad takes instead of learning what the fuck he's talking about before he tweets shit like this out. He said today, for some reason, was that today? April 10th. That was 2 days ago. In 2015, Rachel Dolezal, a white chapter resident of NAACP, was vilified for identifying as black. I mean, she was vilified because she grew up white. She didn't have the lived experience of black people. And then to try to get benefits from being black, she put a bunch of fucking dye on her face and pretended to be black in order to take advantage of the situation. That's why she was demonized for lying and being a con artist about it. Richard Dawkins goes on to say, some men choose to identify as women. I mean, trans women are women. They're a type of woman. So he's basically calling trans women men, which is, he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. And some women choose to identify as men. You will be vilified if you deny that they are literally what they identify as. First off, I know a lot of trans men and a lot of trans women. I have never once met a trans woman who claims they're a cis woman. Never. Never. Because they're not cis women. They're trans women. Trans woman is a type of woman. Just like stepmom is a type of mom. I've never heard a stepmom claim that they're literally the biological parent of their stepchild. No, stepmom is a type of mom. Trans woman is a type of woman. Fucking Richard Dawkins. So then he says, discuss. Like that makes it all better. Hey, I'm just asking questions, motherfucker. Before you ask these questions, why not do a Google search? We're talking about gender here. Gender is a social construct about the roles you choose to take in society. And some people who were assigned a certain gender at birth don't identify as that gender. They want to take the roles of the other, or no gender. Either way, they could be non-binary. It's a choice you make, Richard Dawkins. Might want to do some research on it, but that's not the first time Richard Dawkins had said stupid things about trans people. Back in October 26, 2015, 6 years ago, he was on this bullshit. Is trans woman a woman? Purely semantic. If you define by chromosomes, no, that's sex, not gender. If by self-identification, yes, I call her she out of courtesy. Well, thank you. Thank you, Richard Dawkins, for being a decent human being for 1 second. Then he goes on to say, in November 7th, 2020, yes, I know it's behind a paywall, but it's worth it. Well, it's the article that says, the march of wokeism is an all-pervasive new oppression. Anyway, he just keeps going on this, like I said, wokeism, the term woke. One of the main reasons it's so easy to make people afraid of is because it started in the black community, and because of our prevalent racism in our society, it just freaks old white people out. So, yeah, he took a lot of shit for transphobia. That's what you're doing, Richard Dawkins. You don't know what you're talking about. You haven't even bothered to research this in even the slightest way. And so you say stupid shit and you get called out for it. And all this is going to do is hurt his ego. And he's going to double down again and again and again, because that's what he does. You have to set the ego aside. Hey, Dawkins, like, before you die, maybe try some acid or something. See if you can kill your ego some. It'll really help you out. Promise. Pinky swear, dude. All right, go move on past that. And next up on What the Fuck, Sylvester Stallone, disappointed. So Sylvester Stallone has decided to buy like a $35 million house in Florida and join Trump's Mar-a-Lago club, which is where Trump lives right now. Now you might say, oh, he's just rich. He's just joining it because it's a nightclub. Like literally no one's joining Trump's Mar-a-Lago club and paying him $200,000 unless you're MAGA. I'm sorry, you're just not fucking doing that. No respectable person, even if you weren't MAGA, is giving Trump $200,000, this fucking fascist, this fucking piece of shit who downplayed the coronavirus and 550,000 people died. No one is doing that unless they're Team MAGA. So disappointed to see from Sylvester Stallone. I would say I was going to boycott his movies, but all he makes is shit these days. So easy choice to make. And did you guys hear about Akon? Akon wants to build his own city in Uganda. He's talked about building a city in other places in Africa. And now I guess he's going to do it in Uganda. And he's going to call it Akon City. And he's going to fund the whole thing with a cryptocurrency called A-Coin. Everybody that lives there has to have A-Coins. And took a lot of shit from it. A lot of people think that he's just trying to take advantage of the African community. And some people think he's trying to do good, right? Build a city and help bring the community up. But I mean, it seems like it's all about his ego. You're calling the city Akon City, and you're literally calling the currency A-Coin. It seems like it's all about your fucking ego and trying to glorify yourself. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I've read both sides of it. And folks, the Boring Company, owned by super genius Elon Musk, has revealed their incredibly genius new tunnel system. And here it is. It's a small tunnel with a car driving slowly through it. Yay, we've revolutionized travel? I got an idea. Why don't you, I don't know, connect a whole bunch of those cars together and make them bigger so a lot of people could fit into them at the same time, and then have stops underground, almost like some kind of train system. Nah, that wouldn't work, I guess. Might as well just have people that own Teslas drive slowly through a tunnel for some reason. I don't know. And then this came out, folks. An article was released about Elon Musk and what kind of person he is behind the scenes. And it says, reports from inside Tesla confirm what we might expect, which is that Musk is a genuinely awful boss who throws fits and treats people abominably. A Wired report, based on conversations with those close to Musk, described what is politely labeled as a high level of degenerate behavior, and which one person in Musk circles describes as a total and complete pathological sociopathy. One engineering executive said, if you said something wrong or made one mistake or rubbed him the wrong way, he would decide you're an idiot, and there was nothing that could change his mind. During a temporary production problem, Musk strutted onto the factory floor, red-faced and urgent, interrogating workers he encountered, telling them that at Tesla, excellence was a passing grade, and they were failing, that they weren't smart enough to be working on these problems, that they were endangering the company. Wired reports that he picked on one young engineer, asking vague questions, and when the worker looked puzzled, shouted, "You're a fucking idiot! Get the fuck out and don't come back!" Random firings like this are apparently not uncommon. He was so prone to firing sprees that Tesla employees were told not to walk past his desk in case it jeopardized their career. One former Tesla executive said Musk is even known to come to work saying, "I've got to fire somebody today," resisting those who politely point out that there is no need to fire people for the sake of it. So, shocker, he's a dickhead. Egomaniac dickhead. Elon Musk. No one who has read his Twitter has ever doubted that for one fucking second. That's how these megalomaniacs are. They think they're much smarter than they are. But a lot of people are like, Dusty, yes, Elon Musk is a dickhead. Yes, he very often spreads right-wing propaganda. But he's the future. He's putting out shit like this that's going to change our society forever. Here's a monkey with an electrode in his brain.
He's a 9-year-old macaque who had a Neuralink placed in each side of his brain about 6 weeks ago. If you look carefully...
Now he can control this Pong game with his mind. And apparently he is sucking on a straw that gives him a delicious banana smoothie. And apparently this is not hooked up to anything. He thinks it is, but it's not. And so he just sucking on a banana smoothie. I guess we can all have implants and suck on a metal dick for the rest of our life. I don't know. It's cool. I'll get it. I'll get some kind of implant in my brain. Got no problem with it. But I don't know. It doesn't make me think Elon Musk is any cooler. It seems like he's just stealing the technology from smarter people and then using it to benefit himself. And hopefully they have not hurt these monkeys. They're doing animal testing clearly. Hopefully they're not being cruel to these animals, because that sucks. And next up on What the Fuck, this is a big what the fuck. Even Jeff Bezos is now saying, yes, we should be taxed more. I don't know why I'm surprised, but I mean, even him, he's like, oh my God, I'm making what? $1 billion a second. Maybe that is starting to get out of hand a little bit. So even he is like, increase my taxes. So conservatives have less and less excuse. Now the only thing they can do is they can threaten corporations that they need to shut the fuck up. Or else we're going to punish you. Just craziness. And, oh my God. So I apologize in advance once again. You're about to lose brain cells, but I saw this and now you have to. For those of you in other countries who want to know how dumb Americans are, here is the channel that used to be All Gas, No Brakes. Apparently this guy lost his channel due to a contract dispute, but he has a new channel called Channel 5, which has all the same great old content as All Gas, No Brakes. And now he's gone out to spring break, I guess in Florida, and interview these people. And they're not smart.
Spring break forever! Pooh Shiesty, that's my dog. But Pooh, you know I'm really shiesty.
Pooh, I'm really shiesty. Spring break, bitch. Don't wear a mask. 8% Celsius, I highly recommend.
I think Corona got canceled. I once drank 37 beers, but it was all off of Dunkaroos.
What are you, Celsius or a regular guy?
Spring break, bitch.
I feel like a lot of white boys don't want to put down on some thick. A lot of white boys don't want to put down on some thick shit. They're worried about school and economics. Quit being scared. Go get a big booty Latina. Sir. Yes? Get you a big booty Latina.
What would get me a big booty Latina?
You tell me.
I'm already married to one. No nací ayer. White boy summer.
White boy summer every day.
It's a white boy summer out here, you know?
White boy summer.
It's a real nigga summer. Fuck is he talking about?
Hey, you know, take that shit from you. Come get it back in blood.
Tired being outside, you broke. Real shit. Right, no cap. Before we turn on fire, bro. Real shit. You know why? But anyway, Ferraris are great. Latinas are great. Miami's great. Ciao.
Maybe I'm too old. Maybe it's just an age thing. I just don't relate in any way. I feel like I'm from another fucking planet. That shit's so embarrassing to me, how dumb these goddamn people are. Go ahead and make sure everything's copacetic. Hey, I'm down to 13.8% drop frame rates. Let me check the chat real quick. Make sure you guys aren't screaming at me about something. Sharp as a beach ball, I know, right? Bowling ball brains. Plague rats, I know, right? Rooting for COVID a little bit. I'm not, of course. Haha, joke. It's a joke, everybody. And next up on What the Fuck, did you guys see this one? So apparently, this person went to a local chicken place called Chicken Express. And apparently they were there a couple days before and their order was wrong. And so they gave them a coupon for half off their next order. So they went to the driveway and they were like, hey, can you honor this coupon for half off? And so the guy jumps through the window and attacks them. This customer was attacked at a drive-thru when an employee jumped out of the window. Yeah, I think you're gonna be fired, dude, and maybe sued. What are you thinking? What could the guy possibly have said to you? Dallas, Texas. Anybody shocked? Yeah, stop. Cease. The interaction reportedly occurred after the employee declined to honor a discount previously given to the customer after he had received an incorrect order days earlier. The discount was for a 50% off his next order at the restaurant, Chicken Express. So yeah, craziness. That's not smart. But I guess he probably didn't make enough to even give a shit about what's happening. So what you gonna do? And time is it? Man, we're going to overtime. Definitely going to overtime tonight. Overtime! Are you ready for some overtime? Let me hear it in the chat if you want to hear some overtime. And next up on What the Fuck? Oh yeah, did you guys see this one? So apparently Prince William, is that his name? He died. Prince Philip died. He was already dead. He was basically just a walking corpse. And this is a very good explanation of the British monarchy.
Take it back to the beginning for us, Alistair, and tell us how the young Prince Philip of Greece and Denmark met the then Princess Elizabeth.
Well, they were related.
Yes, they were related, of course. Incest. You can just tell these people are the product of incest. way to go, England. You know, maybe it's time to move past the monarchy and royalty and all that bullshit. I don't know. Just seems really stupid and foolish in 2021. Craziness, but you do you. UK, I guess. And I mentioned this earlier, folks. DMX died, had a heart attack from drug use, and apparently, I read, his drug of choice was crack. According to this article, he started smoking crack at 14 because somebody tricked him into it, and I guess he liked it, and he never quit doing it. And so I actually have like a personal relationship to this kind of tragedy. My father died at 54 years old from crack abuse. And DMX died at 50 from crack abuse. I assume it was crack abuse, had a heart attack. Same as my dad did. So I just want to tell you guys, like, some drugs I don't have a problem with. Like marijuana, I think is fine. Like occasionally ecstasy, I think is probably okay. Mushrooms, like stuff like that. Please stay away from crack cocaine. Please stay away from heroin. Very dangerous. Please stay away from meth. That shit will kill you. Dying in your 50s is way too fucking young. It took my father, and I want to warn everybody I can away from that shit. And rest in peace, DMX. And next up on What the Fuck, I keep hearing about how Hunter Avalon is a shining example for how right-wingers have been de-radicalized by the debate bros. And then I was watching his latest video. Woke-tard libs expose themselves as racist man-haters. Yeah, you woke-tard libs. I don't know. Just saying, you might want to stop using this guy as an example. Not amazing. And next up, what the fuck? Oh yeah, apparently Nike has entered their lawsuit against Little Nas X Satan shoes. I guess the company that made them, called Mischief, has agreed to recall the shoes. Doesn't make any sense whatsoever. The shoes cost $1,000 each, and now they're selling for multiple thousands of dollars each on eBay. Who the fuck would send their shoes back in for a refund when you can get triple the price on eBay? Doesn't make any sense, but I guess Nike didn't want to push forward through it, so whatever. I was going to make fun of Shoe on Head for talking about wokes. You know, the boogeyman term that was started by the black community, but I'm just going to skip her. Skip Shoe on Head. And next up, this is so sad, folks. Blaming the victim. Like, feminism is still needed in America, but it's definitely needed in the rest of the world, even way worse. Prime Minister Imran Khan of Pakistan blamed a rise in rape cases on how women dressed. Not every man has willpower. Bullshit. If you keep on increasing vulgarity, it will have consequences. 100% blame the victim. What a fucking piece of shit, Pakistan. We need to get all of them on the internet and then socially shame them till they change. That's what I vote. Here's him and his wife covered head to toe. Horrible. Evil, evil cultures. And here's a video that went viral recently. It got like, I don't know how many million, 8.5 million views. This looks like a scene out of Grand Theft Auto. This person is the luckiest person I've ever fucking seen. Holy shit, how did that happen? What the fuck? Just happened to have two buses go by right away and... Is this real? I guess it's real. I don't know. That's hard to believe that could be real. Is that from a movie? I don't know, folks. That's some crazy ass shit. Caught a glimpse of the driver. Is that Baby Driver? Oh yeah, that is Baby Driver. I've seen that movie. Didn't like it. Didn't care for that movie. Next up. Did you guys hear about this one? Out of the Philippines, apparently this guy wasn't wearing a mask. So the authorities made him do 300 squats. And he died. Now, I'm all for mask enforcement, but don't kill people over it. 300 squats seems like a bit much for not wearing a mask. I think I can do 300 squats without dying, but apparently he couldn't. So, yeah, that's some crazy what the fuck shit right there, isn't it? What's your problem, Philippines? And next up on What the Fuck. So this went viral last week. This was trending on Twitter under the hashtag Amy Poehler. And apparently people thought this woman looked like Amy Poehler. And this story says, Miami stripper arrested for squirting vaginal fluids at police officers in self-defense. Now, first of all, this is not a true story. This is from a parody site, but Twitter don't seem to know that. Twitter don't care. But, and secondly, squirting is just peeing, folks. I'm sorry. I've had arguments with other people about this. It's peeing, all right? Now, I've watched a lot of porn in my life, and most of these squirting videos, they're shooting so much liquid out. That's coming from your bladder. That's not a separate, they call it a bladder for a reason, because it holds like liquids, right? There's not like a separate bladder in your body that holds vaginal secretions that shoot out like it's pee. It just doesn't. But I could be wrong. I don't know what you guys think about squirting. Let's have this conversation right now. And I guess she does kind of look like Amy Poehler a little bit, but once again, story not true. Twitter. And how many more of these do we have? Maybe I'll take a break and read the super chats real quick, because we're going to go. I guess I'll go ahead and finish up the what the fuck. And then do the Karens. We're going to go to a bunch of overtime. I still got a whole lot of show for you guys. Who feels lucky? And all these anti-trans laws and the trans panic isn't just affecting trans kids. Here's a story from Sports Illustrated. An 8-year-old girl and her entire team were banned from a Nebraska soccer tournament because she looks like a boy. What the fuck? I mean, it's going to come where I guess they're going to start making little kids put on their pants and check their genitalia or some shit because of stupid trans panic. That really isn't a problem in any way whatsoever. They're just trying to make you afraid. So poor kids, like, it's just so stupid. Conservatives trying to make you afraid. We got to be better than that. And another story like this, I've covered this a lot, folks. So apparently a police dog was shot, and so they went to raise money for it on GoFundMe. And then after they raised a bunch of money for the dog's medical bills, then they announced, hey, oh yeah, it was us that shot the dog. Yeah, no shit. Keeps happening over and over again where the cops keep killing their own dogs and shooting their own dogs. Animals are not weapons. Police should not be able to have these fucking dogs. The Intercept, cops crowdfunded their canine's hospital bills, then quietly admitted they had shot him. Yeah. They shot somebody else, and in the process, they shot their own dog. Fuck everything about this. Animals are not tools to the police. They should not be. Next up on What the Fuck? Did you guys hear about this story? Apparently Paul Pierce, who is a retired basketball player, and he was working for ESPN, I guess, as an announcer or some shit. Well, he got fired because he got hammered on his Instagram, and he put out a couple videos of him with strippers, and ESPN wasn't having it. Let's have a look.
Let him hear your accent.
I have an accent. I hate my accent.
Say hi, accent.
Hi, guys.
She from Istanbul.
Turkey.
From Turkeys. We've been to Turkeys before.
Oh, really? Did you like it?
I mean, that's a pretty stripper. This guy's got some pretty strippers hanging out with him. There's no one.
Oh, you got yours? Right.
He drunk as shit. He just living his best life. And then one more.
Oh my God. What are y'all talking about? Y'all hating. Stop hating. Everybody hating.
Yeah, well, it was ESPN that hated, and they fired you for this. I don't see why. Seems like nobody was hurt. Seems like the strippers are having a good time. Seems like he's having a good time. I guess ESPN figures that he's not representing them very well, but he seems to be doing fine. I don't know. Get the stick out of your ass, ESPN. And oh my God, speaking of former sports athletes who have gone crazy, did you guys hear about this one? Former NFL star Philip Adams killed 5 people than himself. So apparently he went to his doctor's house, who was 7 years old, and he murdered him. Then he murdered his wife, and then he murdered their 2 grandchildren, and then actually killed 6 people. He killed 2 air conditioner repairmen who were around the house, and then he killed himself. So I guess 7 people he killed. And they think that he might have had some kind of brain injury from repeated concussions from the NFL. This kind of thing has happened to a lot of NFL players. A lot of them had like committed suicide, and like a couple of them like shot themselves in the heart so their brains could be studied and shit. Because, they're basically just abused. It's dangerous. Ramming your hand into other people's heads over and over and over again, shockingly, has long-term effects. So, yeah, that was a crazy story. Poor people. Dude just went nuts and killed everybody. And, did you guys see this one? Another crazy-ass story, man. Just so many crazy-ass stories. So, apparently, this man and this woman, this black couple, had a food truck. And they shared some kind of common kitchen space. They rented it from this guy. And so he wanted to have a meeting with him, and the dude couldn't go at first, so his wife went and was having a meeting with the guy. The guy was acting really, really strange, really odd. And he had an All Lives Matter shirt on, and he seemed to be irritated to them. So she called her husband to come, like, immediately. Something is very wrong here. And then as they're sitting there, this guy looks down and he pulls a gun on them. Looks like he was about to murder them both, folks. Look at this. And so he pulls the gun, and so they immediately grab the gun and hold him in place before he can murder them. Yeah, that's scary as shit. And so then he holds the guy down, and his wife goes and calls the cops. And she's terrified, because the cops have a propensity to kill black people, black men specifically. And so she was begging the cops, please don't kill my husband. Please do not kill my husband. And she wouldn't let them in before they agreed that they would not shoot her husband. And so they got the guy down, they got the gun away from him. And so the guy's wife kicked them out of the shared kitchen space where they lost a lot of money from the food that got spoiled. And apparently they arrested the guy, but it looks like nothing's going to happen to him because he didn't actually murder them. And there's no evidence he was going to, even though it looked very much like he was going to. So I guess the old white guy's going to get off scot-free, even though he was about to commit a double homicide. So that's stupid. So another what the fuck case. America! It's a weird-ass place here, y'all. And I covered this story a few weeks ago about Addison Reed, who was, apparently she's a TikTok dancer. She's the most famous person on TikTok. And she went on the Jimmy Fallon show and stole the dances of other popular black TikTok creators and did them herself, like giving them credit. A lot of people were like, well, what's the big deal? Why is everybody bent out of shape that she's taking dances from these black creators and not giving credit? You're being too sensitive. And I understand that point of view, but at the same time, think about it like this. If you've never danced before and don't understand how difficult it is to create your own dances, how much work goes into it, how much preparation, it's hard, folks. It's hard to create your own dances, practice, nail them, get them down. It's like if you were a comedian that wrote a whole set of material, and then somebody took all of your material and went on Jimmy Fallon and told your jokes way worse than you told them without giving you credit. That's sort of what it's like. So apparently Jimmy Fallon actually invited the TikTok creators, the black TikTok creators who created these dances on his show, and let them do their own dances. So that was good to see that he sort of made amends for it. Wanted to cover that. And now we got a couple bad cops. You guys have probably seen at least the second video, but the first video here, man, this has to be defunded, folks. So these cops are basically tackling this black guy to the ground and repeatedly shoving snow in his mouth, basically waterboarding him. Let's skip ahead here. So they got him, let's see. They're about to get him on the ground. Yeah, and the cop, let's see, go back. You can hear him choking as the cop continuously picks up snow and shoves it into his mouth to choke him. Yeah, okay. He's picking up snow and putting it in his nose and his mouth to choke him. Basically waterboarding while he's on the ground. You can hear him choke. Like, what can you even say about it at this point, folks? Yeah, these evil bully assholes who are the law and they're above the law and think they can do fucking anything. And they usually always get away with it. Here's another case in point. You guys probably saw this one. This went viral. This was a sergeant from the Army who got pulled over, screamed at, maced. The cop told him that he was about to ride the lightning, which I guess was meant to mean that he's about to get tased. But ride the lightning is also a term for when you execute somebody via the electric chair.
How many occupants? Hold. Get out of the car now. What's going on? You're fixing to ride the lightning, son.
Fixing to ride the lightning, son. You better obey me, boy.
Get out of the car now.
You better obey me.
Get out of the car now. Get out of the car.
Sir, just get out of the car. Work with us and we'll talk.
And he's going to tell the guy, I'm scared to get out of the car. Because he knows what's happening to black men when they get out of the car. And he says, I'm scared to get out of the car. And the police officer literally says, you should be. Yeah, he is. He knows he should be. That's why he is.
Get out the car.
You received an order. Obey it.
Obey it. Obey my orders.
I'm honestly afraid to get out. Can I?
Yeah, you should be. Get out.
You should be.
Get out.
Get out the car.
Wait to de-escalate the situation. You should be scared.
Traffic violation. You're not cooperating at this point.
So then, yeah, he goes up and he maces the guy right in the face.
Really messed up. My dog is in the back. My dog is choking right now.
Get out of the car.
Choked his dog in the back.
Take your seatbelt off. Get on the ground.
So then they arrest him.
Get on the ground now. Get on the ground and you're getting sprayed again. Get on the ground.
They fired that officer. It should be more than that, in my opinion. But at least they fired him. At least the minimum was done. So that's good. But goddamn, ACAB, I bet that's in the chat right now. You guys spamming the ACAB? Let's see what's going on in the chat. BLM. Surprise, no more ACABs, but yep. Hard to watch. Doesn't seem like you can reform that. Might want to think about defunding the police. That's just me. And next up on What the Fuck, got a couple more. And we're into overtime. Overtime. Hell yeah. We still got plenty of show to go. You guys are lucky. And what else we got? Got one more. Nope. That was it. That was all. That was all my What the Fucks. I did it. All right. Let me check the super chats and we'll move on with the show. Florida D. Got in late from work, gym, and just started the show. I'm sorry about Mr. Floof. I appreciate it. I've already shed a lot of tears over it. I'm going to try not to think about it, but I do appreciate that, 400D. That is very generous of you. Thank you. Jason Marn. Hey, Dusty. I love the show. Hey, the show loves you, Jason. Remember to treat yourself sometime as well. Are you? I mean, I'm fine. I don't need much for myself, to be honest with you. But I do appreciate that. Marcel R. This is why aliens won't talk to us. I don't blame them. Stay the fuck away from us. We're a disease. And Marcel R. That total seems like the equivalent of walking around the block just across the street. I know. Seems useless to me, but maybe there's some genius behind it that I don't know. And hey, E, my buddy E. What's up, E? I made it, but I'm driving. Love me some Dust. I love me some E. Very generous, E. It's always good to see you. Thank you for joining me tonight. Hopefully you can watch the rest of the show later. Justin Joseph, thank you so much for soldiering on and keeping us entertained tonight despite being in a lot of pain. Much love, Dusty, Rip Mr. Floof. Yeah, you know, I have to get back up on that horse. You have to fight through the pain. I have other animals that are depending on me, so like I have to continue on. But it's definitely hard, and I do appreciate you guys' love and support. It means a lot. And Sunred became a member of the Dust Buddies. Welcome, Sunred. One of the cool kids now. Appreciate it. And let's see what else we got. Hopefully I didn't miss any. Overtime. Todd Wint says overtime. Hell yeah. Thank you for joining me from overtime. We're about to hit the Do It Live. Says, I love you, Dusty Logic. Fuck it. We'll do it live. I love you back. Do it live. Are you guys ready for some Karens? I know you are. We got some good Karens tonight. Because where are they at? Where's my Karen? There it is. Dipshit! You're Karen too much. And first off, we have a Mega Karen. Or Mecha Karen. Is that what it's called? Did you guys watch the Godzilla versus King Kong? Spoiler alert! Mecha Karen. So, this is the apex of what a Karen is. But I know this is annoying. I know you hate her. But the ending is beautiful. And it's worth it. Kiss my ass. These are scenes from attack on a Muslim woman filmed in a grocery store in the United States. Nala Ibaid, an Egyptian American, found herself the target of an angry attack while shopping with her husband in a Walgreens in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. In a seemingly unprovoked attack, the shopper hurls racial slurs at Ibaid and mocks her clothing.
Pull that up. Pull that up, honey. Look at the ugly women. Want me to spit on you, ugly? Word to you. If you do that, I get on.
I love how she thinks she's so hot. Gonna call everybody else ugly. I guarantee you that other woman is way hotter than you are, Karen.
Ugly. Why do you wear clothes like that?
So apparently somebody told her to put a mask on, and she turned her furor onto a Muslim woman for no reason. Because she's so butthurt about being asked to wear a mask.
Why do you have clothes like that? God, you're ugly. No wonder people hate you. Israelis rule.
Projection.
Israelis rule. Israelis rule because you guys are ugly as leave them alone. They're humans. No, they're not. Okay. They're Muslims.
She's like, they're not humans, they're Muslims. Oh my God. The rant reportedly began after the woman was asked to wear a mask by staff, and then turned her attention to the Muslim family. She then threatened to call the police.
Hi, I'm at Walgreens. These guys are calling here. They're Muslims. They're here in our country. In our country. In our country.
In our country.
Listen, this guy is threatening me. This guy is threatening me.
Ladies, move back.
Please?
Ibaid insisted on waiting until the police arrived while recording the incident. Police later arrived on the scene, and guess what happened? And arrested the woman instead. Watch her cry. Go back to Palestine.
Look at that. I'm there. I live here.
Where are you from? Go back to Ukraine.
Please don't do this to me. I didn't do anything. Yes, you did. I'm not a racist. I have friends that are Muslim, she says. Oh my God, so beautiful. Every cliche, so horrible though. Don't be a Karen, folks. Don't act like this. Learn from their mistakes. They're horrible, horrible, ugly people. And next up on the Karens, remember last week I was talking about Stephen Bonner, who threw a fit because his gym asked him to wear a mask, and so he rage quit and talked about how they were all sheep. Well, somebody sent me this video of his drunk driving arrest, where he was literally so drunk they had to drag him out of the car because he was passed out. Come on out. Apparently this dude's a fucking mess. Shame. I thought you were better than Stephen Bonner. But nope. Look at your carrot ass.
Come on out. Come here.
Tase him. Pick his ass up.
Roll over.
Man, what a fucking asshole. Gonna get people killed, Stephen Bonner.
Roll over. Get down, buddy. Come
I don't know. Don't get punched in the head for a living.
Take him down.
That's my advice to you guys. Next up, here's one from the Good Liars, I believe. You have the Good Liars. Apparently this guy thinks he knows what the word socialism is, but he don't, so he gets corrected.
The people that are control anything under socialism. You're socialism. The people were
They control the means of production. Right?
What did you say socialism was?
When the workers control the means of production.
Yeah, that's right.
what it is.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
So were you in favor of socialism?
I'm just
I
saying
didn't
he's correct.
He's got the definition right.
All right.
And you were
Why
wrong.
do you have it wrong?
All right.
You had it wrong.
Yeah.
But still, I don't want to.
Okay.
I was wrong. I don't know what it is. I just know I don't want it. But you were calling him an idiot. Shouldn't you apologize for calling him an idiot? No.
That's
You
okay.
were calling him an idiot. You should apologize for calling him an idiot.
Why would I apologize for being wrong and calling him an idiot when he's right? I'm a Trump supporter. I don't apologize for anything. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. And more examples of this uptick in racism towards Asian people. Apparently this Asian lady was at a pump. I wish she would have recorded the woman's face, but she didn't record the woman's face. All you get to hear is her voice. And apparently this woman is super rich and owns every gas station on earth. Because reality.
You will bow to me, or you will go back to fuck you where you came from. I'm gonna bow to you. Well, bow to me. Oh, you refuse? Go back where you came from. You get nothing. I own this place. I own all the gas stations and you get nothing. Asians, nothing. Go back to the river. Did I stutter? But she can't do it to me.
I hate to laugh.
No, God's not going to give power to anybody who would like that. Why would Jesus Christ give anybody the power who acts like that? Entitlement, selfish, greedy. No, we're the crazy rich Mexicans now. You're just Asian. You're Asian. Go back to your Asian. That's what Mr. Dr. Slap means.
So sorry, Asians, this lady owns all the gas stations and you don't get any gas. You got to go back to Asia to get gas, I guess. Deep sigh. And speaking of these insecure Karens, they're so fucking insecure. They want you to know how important they are. Here's a Karen that just refuses to show her ID. And she wants you to know she's super rich with her platinum card because that's the measure of how good of a person you are, how big your credit card is. She got her wine.
Okay, well, she should be in line and go her turn.
She was before you.
Okay, she should go.
I think she's being polite.
Maybe.
She's as tired of listening to you as the rest.
I bet she is, but she should go if she's in line. Definitely.
Ma'am, I need your ID.
Okay, I will put my phone number in.
I just need your ID.
I can put my phone number in.
Everybody gets ID'd. Mine
My
gets
phone
scanned
number?
every time I'm here.
I can put my phone number in right now for you.
I'm a lot younger than you.
I will definitely do it. And I don't care if you know who I am either. I don't give a fuck.
Facebook's about to know.
And YouTube.
Karen.
Have a great day.
You did follow the prompts there.
Yes, I will.
What's your name?
There's nothing in here for you to ring out.
I have American Express that's platinum. I bet that's it.
You have no product in there because you've given me no ID.
Karen, what's your last
I
name?
have a fucking American Express card that's platinum.
Nobody cares. You need to ID yourself.
Take that.
There is no product run in without an ID.
You want to have it.
Do you want to give me an ID?
You know what? Give me a manager.
I
right
am
now.
the
She is the manager.
I don't believe it.
I'm here every day. I have to show my ID every day. Just fucking show it.
Such privilege.
I'm not Karen.
Ma'am.
Great.
Okay, here's the deal, or I will call the police. Okay? You need to leave. This is going to do you no good.
That's a very valid card.
Ma'am,
Put it in
there's
your-
no
put it in your
product
purse
in here
then.
because you won't give me your ID.
Okay, I'll give you my ID right here. Here you go.
That's all we had to do.
Here you go.
All we had to do. There you go.
Thank you. I don't mind.
You did mine.
Now you can put your platinum in here.
Yes, platinum. Thank you.
Cool.
It's a platinum.
Who cares?
Sweet.
You don't know anything about.
You look very rich. You do.
Yes, I'm rich.
And
Your
you
sweatpants.
I am rich.
I like your sweatpants.
Yeah, thank you.
Your nappy hair.
Yeah, it's really rich.
You're done.
Dragger.
Thank you.
Platinum. Something
Bye.
you've never seen.
Bye, Karen.
Yeah, it's really heavy too. My
Facebook is gonna love you.
It's heavy.
You just made. You just made.
I don't care.
All right.
I don't care.
Bye.
I bet she
I
will
don't even
care
tell you bye.
when she sees how humiliated she gets.
You'll sleep with me.
Good God, the privilege, the cringe. What is up with white ladies? They're so used to getting their way. The rules do not apply to them. Let me check, make sure everything's still up and running. We're at 16% drop rate now. I guess it's still fine. What you guys got to say? Watch your card won't work. I know. She's so rich. Crazy rich white ladies. Yeah, I want to speak to the manager. I am the manager, Karen. Literally want to speak to the manager. That's Karen one-on-one. And next up, oh yeah, all right. So this is an awesome video because this lady, I should have put this in the heroes section. So this dude actually records this video himself, thinking this makes him look good, but he doesn't. He's an anti-masker. And this lady just completely fucking owns him in every way. He even puts text up there as she's talking about how annoying she is. And the reason she's annoying is because she is fucking just laying down the law and owning his ass by telling him the truth about the pandemic. Watch her go.
You're free to do whatever you feel, as well as mine. I'm free to do whatever I feel.
No, that does not what freedom means.
It does. No, it's not.
Every white man is
there's exemptions to that rule for that reason. See, you guys.
You won't even.
Right.
Alcohol or cigarettes to minors.
Right, absolutely. No, you're right. You're right. I'll give you that. You're absolutely right.
So even though you're saying you're free to do anything, that is factually and legally incorrect, sir.
Well,
you can't start a fire in here. You can't start a bonfire.
I mean, that's pretty obvious. It's pretty obvious.
Not unlimited. A democracy means a democracy for all the people, we the people. And rights are qualified in the United States. You can't drive 80 miles an hour in a school zone.
There are rules.
It's no different. It's about personal safety and the well-being for the fellow citizens who live and work in the United States. And respect for basic humanity.
We're well within those rules, though. The thing is, they're creating a problem and a disturbance for something that's clearly established.
Does not extend beyond the life and well-being of anyone else.
His personal safety has nothing to do with me. You can protect yourself.
With a bonfire, it is no different if something is known to cause imminent life or safety, threats, or harm. You do not have the right to risk this safety or harm.
Liberty is not anarchy.
It is legally and factually established.
You can't do anything you want.
Somebody give this woman a show. Holy shit, put her on The View or The Talk or whatever. Get rid of Meghan McCain. She needs to be everywhere. Holy shit. That was just such old age, the text. She's annoying. Yeah, I bet she is annoying. She crushing you, dude. You got nothing for her. She a boss. And oh my God. So I'm starting to worry about the mental health of Karens. They seem very emotionally fragile. So apparently this woman was out at I don't know, is it a beach or something? And I guess this Mexican family got a little too close to them, and this was her response.
We do too. Then stay home. We do too.
I protected my family. Get out of here.
We do too.
Okay,
I'm recording you.
Get out of here.
Record her. I am recording her. Goodness sakes. Venimos a tener un pacífico día y supuestamente una enfermera. Supuestamente enfermera quiere que nos movamos más lejos por la gana de ella.
People like you that are ruining it for all of us.
Man, just entitlement. Literally just having a meltdown because you didn't get your way for 5 seconds. Oh my God. They're a little too close to me. Let's freak the fuck out. And next up, Nazi spotted at Jamba Juice. Another male Karen gonna show his ass. Let's find out who he is. Let's find out where he works. Let's name and shame this fuck. Asked him to wear a mask at Jamba Juice, and he wouldn't do it. So, of course, he's got to throw a fucking tantrum and be racist as shit.
Well, he's being rude.
That's all you do. You work at Jamba Juice. Go back to your country.
Great. Wow.
Yeah, dude. 400 years. Record me. You go back to your country.
Of course I am. I'm in my country, asshole.
Get the fuck out of here, all of you fucking liberals. All you fucking commies, get the fuck out. Record me. Record me. Hail Hitler. Record me. What are you going to do?
I just did.
When the cops are going to come, hail Hitler. What are you going to do?
Thank you,
You should get your daughter out of here.
Thank you, sir.
And he's getting into the handicap spot, too.
Oh, I got his plates. I got his plates right here.
You're missing a chromosome, you fucking idiot. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
There you go. This is what we're dealing with every single day.
Starting to think he might be a little bit racist.
There you go.
I don't know. Wonder what his boss thinks about that crazy ass bullshit. Goddamn Karens. All right. But you guys got to think about that. I'll run overtime. Is that Matt Gaetz? No, I didn't see any underage girls with him, so. America, we're not okay, I know. We are diseased in this trash fucking country. Hopefully we can put the spotlight on it, though. 50-year-old temper tantrums, I know, right? You're just mentality of child. He is handicapped, bro. That's true, I guess, but not physically, I don't think. Heil Hitler, really, what the fuck? Yeah, that's the first thing I think of. That's the level they're on. Just literally children, mentally. Worse than that. And folks, okay, folks, like, I normally wouldn't play this whole video. But I have to play this whole video because it's amazing. It's amazing for how long it goes on. So, it's amazing for several different reasons. First off, so this guy sees some chalk on the driveway of a park that says Black Lives Matter or something. And he freaks out so bad about it that he literally spends what must have taken him hours upon hours to write pro-Trump messages and pro-white supremacy messages all over the fucking park. Wait till you see how far he goes to prove his point and to fight back against a Black Lives Matter chalk. And then what's even sadder than this is he continuously passes by white people who celebrate what he has done. Because white supremacy is alive and well in this country. He keeps saying we're the silent majority, and he's right. He's absolutely right. The white supremacist white folks are the silent majority. Watch how crazy this shit is and how long it goes on with this goofy little Trump hat.
Well, my wife and kids and I took a walk earlier, and there was a bunch of Black Lives Matter propaganda on the fire road here in Laguna Beach. So I took it upon myself to exercise my freedom of speech. I didn't cover it up, but let's take a walk. Jesus matters. This is where the first Black Lives Matter thing was that I walked out in my car to today. I just about threw up. So, all lives matter. Hashtag keep America great. Trump 2020.
He keeps hashtagging
Jesus
like he's
matters.
on Twitter.
All lives matter.
It's the street, not Twitter, motherfucker. Oh.
Emphasis.
Emphasis on oh. Racist fuck.
Trump 2020. Keep America great on the fence. In chalk. Again, not permanent. Hashtag where we go one, we go all.
And he's a Q supporter too, shockingly.
Here. Then, just remind everybody on the exit that Jesus is in control, that all lives matter, Trump 2020. I didn't cover it up. Jesus is king, Q. Biden is a career racist, all lives matter. Somebody wiped out white silence kills, so good for them. I'm not being silent here, so I'm doing exactly what these people wanted me to. Hashtag where we go one, we go all. CNN is fake news. I encourage everybody who's watching this to do this. They want to go to the streets, we can do it too. My kids have really nice chalk. A nice cross, Q, Trump 2020, keep America great. We are the silent majority. Yes, we are. Oh, just wait. This is a yellow brick road to freedom. Black aborted babies matter. 22 million slaughtered. Try to argue against that statistic. Muzzles are for anarchists and slaves. Yes, they are. Hashtag Epstein, hashtag Maxwell, hashtag Prince Andrew. Hillary Clinton kills, tortures, traffics children and babies. Fund the police more. All lives matter, all. Soros hates America. Indict Obama, hashtag Obamagate. Trump 2020, drain the swamp, keep America great.
Doing the same.
Washington is full of corrupt pedos. Babies' lives matter, hashtag Pizzagate. Well, my wife and I took a walk with our kids earlier and there was like Black Lives Matter all over and I'm like, no. So, yeah, there we go. God bless you, exactly. That nice lady agrees, God bless her. In any event, hashtag adrenochrome, hashtag pedowood, hashtag babies' lives matter. Media hates Trump, hashtag fake news, hashtag CNN. Nice to be in your guys' office the other day. Biden is a racist. He literally hates blacks. That's a fact. Jesus' lives matter. Yep, sure does. Keep America great. Look at these awesome girls. God bless you, yeah. Students for Trump, students for Trump, right there. Come on, let's make this go viral.
Trash.
in Laguna Beach, right on the hill, top of the world, spreading the love. All right, Trump 2020, stop taxation, our dollars, not Pelosi's. Hashtag Major Williams for governor of California, absolutely. Recall Gavin Newsom. Jesus matters more. Keep America great. Hashtag with the dollar signs. But guess what? Trump 2020, 4 more years. Hashtag refund the police. Who is Q? Hashtag where we go one, we go all. Hashtag Q. USA strong. And we end with Jesus is king. He sure is.
Imagine being this much of a snowflake. You see one little BLM chalk on the fucking street, and you spend hours and hours painting the street with your goddamn chalk. Just, you cannot parody these people anymore. Too crazy to fucking believe. Holy shit. And, all right, I'm going to do one more, and I'm going to save the religious bullshit for the next show, since we're already 20 minutes over. But one more, folks. Imagine being this hungry, folks. Remember that sports announcer who was saying the N-word during the game when the basketball team was kneeling, and he said diabetes caused his racism? Well, here's another example where this woman is screaming out the N-word in line at a fast food restaurant because the line is not moving fast enough for her, and then says she's sorry, she's just really hungry. First she does it, and then she denies doing it. And then she immediately admits that she did it, because we all heard you. Holy God, white folks.
Fucking Christ! Hurry up! It's not us. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's not us. I know. I'm sorry. Hurry the fuck up! Hurry up, you guys! Fuck, what the fuck? I don't care! Alright, well, please, hurry up. You're gonna really okay, and then we're stressed out. What are you gonna do? Okay, I don't know. Are you gonna sit here and be patient? I want my fucking burger. Hurry up, please. Please. What's wrong with you? Fucking nigger. Oh, did you just say the N-word? No, I did not say the N-word.
Yes, you did.
No, I did not say the N-word. Look, I just want a hamburger. I'm just so fucking hungry. Please, hurry up. I'm not saying the N-word. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about the N-word. I'm really sorry about the N-word. I can't help myself. I'm tired. It's a long way.
Oh, God.
It's just me. It's just me. Okay. I'm cool.
You're not cool. You're the definition of uncool. Can you imagine needing a burger that bad that you scream the N-word? Oh, God. Oh, white privilege. Holy shit. It's a hell of a drug, folks. Hard to believe, but there you go. And all right, that's my show for tonight. Hope you enjoyed that crazy ass shit. Liar, haha, no, right? Oh, I didn't say it. Okay, I'm sorry for saying it. Yeah, I'm sure you are. I didn't say it. I'm sorry for saying it. I know. I just can't help myself sometimes. I know. I get so hungry, I become a racist. Doesn't everybody become a racist when they get hungry? No. No, they don't. No, they do not, Karen. All right, let's finish up with the super chats in the show. Syllabus $10 sent you some more through Streamlabs, but take 10 more for 10 years since I joined the Code of Dusty. Keep up the amazing work, and don't let Macklemore or the world get you down. I appreciate that. Once again, Macklemore is code for me being drunk. And I've actually discovered a new way of drinking. Wine spritzers, folks. Do you know about the wine spritzers? So you're drinking wine, but you're drinking an equal amount of sparkling water, so you're not dehydrated. So you can literally just drink forever and not get drunk, which I guess kind of defeats the purpose, but still tastes good. Josh Lorikovich, I'm chilling in the mountains of Washington, and the Trump signs are everywhere. Anyway, we could afford a cabin, so you should take my money too. I appreciate it. I will take your money, Josh. Good to see you. Thanks for joining tonight. I love you, Dusty Logic. I already read that. Love you. Overtime. All right. Appreciate everybody that supported the show tonight. You guys have been very generous. Been a tough week, so it really means a lot that you guys are supporting me and hanging out with me. You guys really helped me to feel better. And E, getting in at the last minute with another $50. My hero, E, he doesn't like to be called hero, but a lot of heroes feel that way. Love me some goddamn dead pirate tattoo. Makes my life so much better. Thank you, E. Roseanne gets raises from Ambia, and that's true. Gotta call people monkeys because I'm on Ambien, right? At least she's honest after being a fucking liar. I know, right? Well, they're recording her. She got called out. So what you gonna do? Great show, Dusty. Hey, I appreciate it. It was fun hanging out with you guys. We gonna do it again on Friday. I do not drink anymore. Yeah, drink is fun though, especially like when you're miserable. I've been so fucking miserable. Love you, Dusty. Love you, Brandon Hubert. Thank you for joining me tonight. I appreciate that. Who loves Dusty? I love Dusty. I love myself. And I love you, Spanky Weasel. He rules. He does rule. He's an awesome human individual. One of the better ones. This is America, I know, right? Bitches be tripping. Yep, thank you, Dust Busty. Thank everybody. You guys were great tonight. I really had fun hanging out with you. You helped me to feel better. I'm probably going to still cry a little bit tonight, but at least I had a couple hours where I could stay focused and get my mind off of it, so I really appreciate it. And so, folks, as always, you want to support the show? Patreon.com/Codcast. Link in the description of the video. If you can't help me get up to $1,500 a month, like I'm not greedy, I think $1,500 a month on Patreon is like a decent amount to ask for the work I put into the show and the quality that I do. So if you could help me, please do. I appreciate it. And I'll be back on Friday. I might do something on Wednesday. I keep saying that. I never do. But maybe I'm going to feel better enough this week to do something on Wednesday. We'll see. But definitely Friday, 8 p.m. Central, 9 Eastern. I think it's 2 or 3 a.m. GMT. But I'll be back then, folks. Should have plenty of material in the next 4 or 5 days to do the killer show for you guys. But man, I really appreciate you guys joining me tonight. Love the shit out of you guys. Be sure to like the video. Smash the like button. Subscribe if you haven't. Share the videos around. Do what you got to do. HBO, help a brother out. See you guys Friday. Have a good week out there. Stay safe, dudes. And as always, till next time, logic and wobble wobble. Good night, everybody. Love you, Junie. Thank you very much. Hope you have a good week. Appreciate you.